All right, and we are live. Welcome to another episode of That's Debatable. My name is Ryan Dietrich, here with my host, Will Ward, and we are just waiting on Jeremiah Bays. He got stuck at work because he's a hard-working man. Yes, but we're going to get rolling and give you folks some entertainment, some content for the time being until Jared gets here. So, welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. And what's happening, Will? How you doing?
I'm living, sir. Blessed and highly favored. So it's an honor to be here with you again. Still on this side of earth. It's a lot of things that we haven't covered in the last 2 weeks, but we're back. So it's going to get right down to business. You ready?
I am ready, man. What do we got lined up? Let's see. It was a busy weekend, especially for you and me. Will and I had the opportunity with the Score On Air Network to broadcast the Classic in the City, which is one of the premier women's high school basketball. It wasn't necessarily a tournament, more of an exhibition, but there were like 19 teams in from Canada, Florida, all over the country.
A showcase of sorts.
A showcase. There you go. That's a very good way to put it. So we saw some excellent high school girls basketball over the weekend. Will and I had the opportunity to do some calling, run some cameras, color play-by-play, and I got a quick, just a little photo. Me and my guy. I suited up because I was there most of the day, and always take the opportunity if we can. So that's a good pick, man. Tiger's looking sharp.
If I do say so myself. Yeah, I didn't get any of my clean cuts, but if we get the drift, we'll see more of that soon. But it was definitely a pleasure of calling the game with my guy. We seen IMG Academy out of Florida take on the host Pickerington Central, and those girls from IMG, boy, did they come to ball.
Man. Yeah, that was. Let's see. IMG Academy's got three
Division I commits.
Yep.
And Miss Gilbert, who's going to be attending. Now, she was my favorite, Gilbert.
Kiana Gilbert.
Yes, sir. She's going to be attending Arizona. Then you have Van Sluten. She's going to be attending Oregon.
Yeah, Grace Van Sluten, number 13 ranked player in the country.
Yep.
Number 13 ranked senior.
Yes, sir. And then Gabby Anderson, who's going to be attending the prestigious Harvard.
Dude, that's awesome. I love to see that girl going to Harvard and to play hoops. Like, young and ambitious and smart, man.
As you definitely can tell the smarts not only on the basketball court, you can see her IQ also on the court. It was just amazing to see all the ladies that showed up here, not just the highlighted ones out of IMG, but also we've seen a lot of good games. Even the hometown Bishop Hartley and Pickerington, those girls were fighting the whole entire. It gave me a new love and a new type of respect for the ladies that's going to be playing basketball here at the next level here real soon.
Yeah, actually, I was doing. Let me see if I can find it. So when I was researching, some of the rosters and lineups and things for the tournament, came across Gabby Anderson, the senior out of IMG Florida. She's the one headed to Harvard, but she started her own brand. It's called Graffiti by Gabby.
Right.
So does her own kind of sneaker designs. Puts her own creative touch on those things. So, 17, 18 years old, and she's already, working on her own brand, getting into the game. So,
got her head on her shoulders.
Dude.
Clearly going to Harvard, but it's good to see the youth still being able to, just take the bulls by the horns and just go and do what you want to do in life. And that goes for everybody. With it being Martin Luther King Day this past weekend, I'm a big dreamer, and I do believe if you really put your mind to it, you believe in yourself, motivate yourself, encourage yourself, you can really do what they say, put your mind to, and can achieve anything. As we see, me and myself, Ryan Dietrich, we here. This is just the beginning of a great career. So, for you, we're gonna plug the school real quick. Make sure you come and check out Ohio Media School. The Score On Air, teaching people how to be a pro. So,
dude, absolutely. And actually, I got this pulled up. Gabby Anderson is from Blacklick, here in Columbus. I didn't know that.
Right.
So, yeah, Central Ohio has been known to produce basketball players, and they still are, even on the women's side of it. And in addition to that, we saw another excellent young superstar, Dee Alexander. I think her full name's Dee Arini. She's a freshman down in Cincinnati. She's playing for Purcell Marion. 6'1", the #1 ranked freshman in the country. Girl can ball. So very impressive to see her and a plethora of talent at the Classic in the City. So, and there were some great games, man. We had buzzer beaters, shootouts, very high-level talent. So,
yeah, stay tuned to the Squirrel on Air page. We're going to be dropping some new highlights, a couple of highlight reels coming up this week. So just stay tuned.
Yep. And we'll definitely be in there. So, a little Classic in the City, and I've got, let's see what kind of, Will took some clips, so let me pull these up. Let's start with the Grace Van Slooten.
I'll illustrate it if we can while you, as soon as it pops up.
Yep. Bringing it in.
You see Pickerington. It's going to be Barry Wallace went in and Van Slooten with the stuff real quick. Now you check out the speed. This is Gilbert here weaving in and out. Drop it off. It's called a dime right there. That was to Miss Anderson.
Yep. I'm bringing that back for one more. See if we can do it
Her
again.
ball handling skills.
No,
much time?
not
That's an
Shanahan.
Not yet. Not
yet.
the football yet.
All right, one more time. God dang it. There we go. And yeah, and actually, we were on this call, right?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, that was fun getting a chance to call a game with you, Will. Really enjoyed it. There's Kiana Gilbert right there in the middle. Dish to Gabby. Oh, when was that? Yeah, that was the right one. All right. Get you back in. There we go. Did we have another one? Oh, the steal and the layup.
Passing lane. Get it up ahead real quick to Gilbert. You see her slow down just enough to take the bump, take the charge, but she was strong enough to get to the free throw line with the and one.
Yep, and that was.
The girl is serious. Like I said, she's going to be an Arizona Wildcat. She's definitely deserved everything that she's getting. Shout out to you, Miss Gilbert. I look forward to seeing a lot more out of you.
Definitely. I was thinking in a couple years we're going to be experts on like women's college basketball if we can keep doing this. You know what I
I
mean?
would love it. If they playing like those girls is playing, I'll do another girls game at any point.
Dude, for sure.
Well, we have the moment. We'll be working with Squirrel on Air. Parents of the class of 2026, if they're in the 8th grade now, moving forward, going to high school, you're going to be a freshman this coming fall. I'm getting together with the Squirrel on Air to create a 30 for 30, and I want to do a spotlight on all the 8th grade males, females, whichever may have you. If you're talented on a basketball court, football field, whatever your sport may be, make sure you comment in the chat, DM me at Will Ward 288 on Instagram, Will Ward on Facebook, and I'm getting together with some of the best in Central Ohio. So we'll be putting that together real soon. Like I said, drop me your child's name. If you have the highlights for them, make sure you want to spotlight your child to give them a better chance in the future. We definitely want to highlight all of the kids that's been putting together a lot of work, being not just a athlete, but also a student. So looking forward to working with all of you guys. Like I said, parents of the class of 2026, 8th grade this year, freshmen next year, hit me up in the DMs.
Cool, man. I did not know that. I like to hear that.
Yes, sir. It's coming together. We're going to try to do it within the next 3 weeks. I want to put all this together, so would love to get some inputs. Make sure you share all of the good stuff that comes along with it, but definitely looking forward to working with the young people.
Dude, yeah, very cool. That'll be a nice little project here from the network. What's up, Mr. Casey Ferreter? Got my boy in the chats. And apparently his girl went to Arizona. She's a Wildcat alma mater. As they would say in Speed, you got that Wildcat behind the wheel. All right. So a little classic in this. Man, that was fun. Great opportunity. And we'll look to keep doing that. High school basketball state tournaments coming up. We've also got high school hockey on the docket for the Score on Air Network. District tournament, semis, all those things. So Score on Air Network will be very busy coming up throughout February and March. So things to look out for. I was going to say we're going to jump to a little bit of college basketball. Real quick. National championship was last Monday.
Yes, it was. Roll Tide.
That's my guy. Roll Tide indeed.
Everybody was so Roll Tide. It's about the same. Roll Tide, how about them Cowboys? It's all in the same boat.
I like to see it. So, yeah, great game. nice and tight most of the way. Georgia pulls it out at the end. I was happy to see the Georgia Bulldogs get the win. Not that I'm a big Georgia Bulldog fan, but it's always good to see Alabama lose. As my mom always likes to say, it's nice to give somebody else a turn for once.
Oh, yeah.
33-18. Lots of field goals, kind of slow first half, but that's what we expected. SEC just dogfight defense the whole way, but very high-level football, man. Those boys are just in another class, well coached, the fundamentals, the technique, all that. So you'll see a lot of those players from the championship in the NFL next year, and some of those returning guys as always. So good way to wrap up college football season with the national championship. And that moved us, we'll stick with college, and we're jumping to, let me see. I just printed out the top 25 for us. I haven't taken a big look, but a couple of Big Ten teams in there. Surprisingly, you've got Purdue at number 4. You got Wisconsin at number 8. And you got Michigan State at 14, Ohio State at 19. So you got 4 Big Ten teams in the top 25. Ohio State's been playing pretty well lately. They had a dogfight up in Wisconsin on last Thursday, I believe. Wisconsin kind of blew them out. Wisconsin's been playing real well as of late. I think they've won 8 of their last 9. So those boys up in Wisconsin always bring a fight. So Ohio State's hanging in there. They've got a record of
11-4, just 4 losses. They've been playing tough, getting the required wins.
Yep.
We're getting into that time of the year where it's going to really start mattering. Right before March Madness, you got to go through the hectic part of the schedule. So each win is going to count. Each loss is going to mean even more now. So to continue to try to fight and stay up inside of that top 25 is going to be real crucial here.
Yep.
Go Bucks.
Yeah, you've got some, let's see. UCLA, Houston, Villanova, Kentucky, kind of all your usual suspects. Gonzaga is the number 1 team in the country at the moment. 14-2, then you've got Auburn, Arizona Wildcats, Purdue. So kind of your usual suspects. It's still early in the season, January. We're just getting into conference play and those things like that. But, it's prime time for everybody to be stepping up. So a little bit of the college top 25 there. Let's see. What are we going to jump to next? Since we missed last week, I was out sick. Boys were stuck at work. So it's always nice to have a night off. So we missed NFL Week 18.
Most of the JV played in Week 18 unless they were fighting for a position in the playoffs.
And there weren't too many. There weren't a lot of those, winning in. It was basically the Chargers and the Raiders Sunday night was kind of the battle for, the winner gets in. Let's see.
And that was one heck of a game between the Raiders and the Chargers. It went all the way down to pretty much it could have been a tie, which a lot of people may have been hoping, unless you were a Steelers fan who your playoff hopes depended on the winner of that game. You hoping that there was a winner and there was not a tie. But as we see, the Oakland Raiders did prevail, and they got to take on the mighty Bengals right now. Steelers went on to face who else but those Chiefs. So not for sure if that was a consolation prize by getting into the playoffs.
Right.
A lot of Squiller fans right now probably are expecting that loss. I would assume nobody, if you don't live in Pittsburgh or if you were outside of KC, I guess that's the only way you thought.
If you're just delusional.
Yeah. It's always hopes, dreams, and miracles that may happen, but that one right there was,
Yep.
That's not debatable, really.
No, and it was, there were not too many surprises over the wild card weekend. We'll get to that in just a sec. The score right here, the Las Vegas Raiders won in overtime, 35-32. Daniel Carlson nailed 35-yard or something like that to win it.
Yep.
I was kind of surprised. I expected the Chargers to step up and sort of put the hammer down a little more. So as good as the Chargers looked, they were a little bit sloppy throughout the season. Brandon Staley, maybe still just getting his feet under him as a new coach of the Chargers. They've got a ton of talent. Herbert's legit. That defense is still stout. So, maybe a little bit underperforming for the Chargers. Good record, just missed the playoffs. But there'll be somebody to be reckoned with next year, depending on how the offseason goes. Let's see, the other big news from Week 18. Hey, the Browns beat the Bengals in a game that didn't matter. The Lions got a dub against the Packers, and again, in a game that didn't matter. But, man, the Lions, dude, no quit any week.
Right.
That was kind of their MO this season. I think they finished 2-15.
Sounds about right.
Maybe 2 wins, 2-15, but a lot of close games. I mean, they took the Ravens into overtime, close with the Vikings. They beat the Pack. A lot of effort, and that's what you want to see, as opposed to, somebody like the Eagles who rolled into Dallas and just got blown out at the end of the regular season. Even to, Houston. Houston put up a dogfight against Tennessee in Week 18. Tennessee beat the Texans 28-25. But Houston was down 21 at half. Davis Mills torched the second half. I think they put up 3 touchdowns. He had 250 yards in the second half. So Davis Mills with some surprising stats this season. And the Saints did their job. The Saints were playing the Atlanta Falcons in Week 18. If the Saints won and the Niners lost, the Saints would have got in. But my Niners took care of business against the Rams. They were down 14 at half or 17 at half. Jimmy G had a wonderful second half. Kyle Shanahan's game plan, some things like that, really kind of isolated what the Rams were doing in the first half, turned things around. Niners got a big win Week 18 to get themselves into the playoffs, and we'll get to that in a bit of how they took care of business in the playoffs. And the other surprise, Miami, man. Miami Dolphins always get New England Patriots that last week of the game, last game of the year, it seems.
Yep.
They did the same thing last year. So, and then Brian Flores gets canned.
That was probably about the biggest shock out of the coaching carousel.
I think so.
Black Monday.
Yep.
I think that, because they went on a streak. They were only the first team in NFL history to win 7 games in a row.
Yep.
And lose 7 games in a row in the exact same season. So it showed the gift and the curse of a season and how quickly you can go from bad to good in their case, because they did finish the season on a good roll to kind of be right there on the outside of the playoffs looking in. But, hey, it's something in Miami, the Hard Rock Cafe Stadium, the owners and GM, they just didn't agree with what was going on at the head coaching position. So obviously they're making a move and on to the next one, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know if they just, had that predetermined,
no clue, man.
or if he just, butts heads with ownership and things like that.
That's one thing. One of the stories that I did hear was that he was butting heads on whether the quarterback, whether they should stay with Tua, they want to move on and check out Deshaun Watson, all the offseason transitions that may go down. I think that maybe his intake or his input was a little bit too much for the front office. So when you don't mix and you collide, kind of the same thing you've seen with Cam in New England. It looked like it may be a good fit, but personality sometimes they clash, and you got to go and find another job. But how they say, I was looking for a job when I found this one. So, hey, the guy has good potential. He has, he knows how to lead a team. Looks like, they can fall down but still be able to rebound, so he'll land somewhere else. There's a lot of jobs that's opening right now. You got Vegas, you got Chicago, plethora of, I think, Minnesota.
Yep.
I don't know. He's hardworking man. He may be applying for Minnesota himself.
There you go. So, Houston.
Yep.
Vic Fangio. Casey, thanks, brother.
New York. I think I already said the Raiders. Plethora of new jobs in the NFL coming up. So,
let's see. The other one, Mike Mayock, the GM of the Raiders, just got canned. Raiders are looking for a coach. You said that, so they're looking for 2 positions. And then Derek Carr, the success he's had there. I mean, dude's played well in a tough spot. So I mean, I like Derek Carr. I think he's a pretty good quarterback.
I think the distractions in that organization when you had Gruden getting fired, and then you had what happened with the guy Henry Ruggs.
Yep.
A lot of stuff going on, and sometimes when that negative publicity gets into the organization and into the locker room, it's kind of like you're holding on for dear life, trying to plug the holes inside of the ship and make sure you don't go down too fast. But when you got those distractions, it's only so much you can focus on the field. So hopefully everything starts to work out, because that organization, it deserves, more. and definitely having that back behind Carr and Josh Jacobs, I think that's really gonna help them in the tight end they have also. So that offense can be phenomenal, it can be electric, but I think it's just a little bit too much outside of football just for them to move past it that quick.
Yep. And yeah, Casey had mentioned Vic Fangio, a little bit surprising to see him go from Denver. I listen to a lot of Denver sports radio, some things like that. Broncos fans are finicky. They've been calling for his head for a while. Excellent defensive coach. I think he averaged Denver's defense under his tenure has given up 19.3 points a game or something, which is real low, keeping that under 20. But it's offense. I mean, if you take anything away from the wild card weekend with the Chiefs putting up 42, the Bills putting up 48, the Bucks putting up 35, Rams putting up 34, it's a league of points and you got to score.
Yeah.
I mean, defense wins championships and all of that, but if you can't score, his offense under his tenure was probably averaging, maybe 19 points a game too, and you can't have that if you're going to have success in the NFL. So,
they have potential. Like I said, they got a phenom in Waddle there, so it's some definitely talent, but who knows, man?
Yeah,
it's a lot that goes on to NFL season.
Here's the other one I was surprised at. I just saw my note on this. Week 18, Seattle beats Arizona Cardinals in Arizona.
Yeah.
And Arizona's already in, but Seattle is not looking good most of the season. Seattle had a couple good weeks early on, but, man, they've been a pretty poor team. And for Arizona, the caliber that they played, all the way up to week 6, 7, 8, whatever, we're number one team in the league up till week 7, and then, boom. Yeah. And I heard some stats about Cliff Kingsbury today of his track record of he does this. He wins the first 7, 8 weeks of the season, and then he kind of tanks the last few seasons. And they were talking about even his record at Texas Tech was he did the same thing. He'd go 5-1 and then go 2-4. Some things like that. So,
team, after watching them last night and seeing, I don't want to get too far. I guess we'll hold on to that. But I guess I would say for this right now, as seeing Seattle beating Arizona, it was kind of like a precursor. It was kind of like a little bit foreshadowing. They had already been going downhill after that Week 8 loss, but I don't know what more I think losing DeAndre Hopkins and having him being the main target for Kyler Murray, it really helped. It hurt them a lot, and then the injuries that's been happening, that's always going to be a big factor. The injuries, staying COVID-free at this point.
Yep.
There's a lot that went on with that organization also. So that was another one where I'm almost shocked of how fast they went down. It was a bird got into the engine right there and just whole right wing going down in the flame.
Man, something like that. And I don't know, the offensive line looked awfully suspect last night. Granted, you're going up against Von Miller, Aaron Donald, and that monster line from the Rams. But, the battle in the trenches is what they always talk about. And especially with Kyler Murray and a mobile quarterback, if you can give him some pocket protection, look out. Losing Hopkins was a big one. They've got a ton of weapons around him. And maybe that's it. Kingsbury just, didn't make the right adjustments, some of that coaching kind of thing. It's a rough second half of the season for the Cardinals for sure. I don't mind seeing it, honestly.
I bet you don't.
Being in the NFC West, that was just fine with me. So, we've still got of the 8 remaining teams, 2 come out of the NFC West. Toughest division in football. Let's see, Week 18. So, we did throw out our Ballers of the Week for Week 18. Mine would have been Jimmy G, believe it or not. He had a rough first half against the Rams, like I said earlier. They were down 17 at half. But Jimmy G came and balled out the second half. A lot of help from the defense, but he made no mistakes was the main thing. 2 touchdowns, 185 yards in the second half. So really made some good throws, some key third down conversions to Juwan Jennings. So Jimmy G played really well under pressure against the Rams in Week 18, which elevated them to, get into that wild card game against the Dallas Cowboys. So Jimmy G would have been my baller for Week 18. How about you, Will?
That is a very great question, sir.
I can't remember who you nominated.
Right, check my handy dandy notebook here.
Let's see. Week 18. He was my guy anyway. You know, the Lions. You want to give it to the Lions for the win? Or not? Honorable mentions, how about?
We're talking baller of the weeks, correct?
Yes, sir. Baller of the week, week 18.
My notepad is actually technical difficulties here.
There you go. How about Dak? 295, 5 touchdowns. Dearness Johnson for Cleveland, that's right. He had a big game against the Brownies.
You know what? Mine was Brady going into week 18. Was my baller of the week
Against the Eagles.
It was against Carolina that week.
Or Carolina, excuse me.
And I chose Brady because out of all of the stuff that's been going on with the AB whole situation, I believe it was even in that the week before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But he actually stayed on the field long enough to get Gronk his incentive. So I thought that was a very noble thing to look out for his homeboy and for him to look out for Gronk. And as we just have our guy, Jared Bays, he's walked.
We got it, man. We'll throw you folks to a quick commercial break. We'll get set up. We'll be back in just actually, what I'm going to do, we're going to roll highlights from the wild card weekend. Check this out. We'll be back in just a sec.
3rd and 8. Blitz comes from the Bengals. And hit from behind. The ball is loose. It's picked up by Ogunjobi. Larry Ogunjobi at the 15-yard line. Hendrickson forced it with the pressure off the edge. Ogunjobi scooped it, and the Bengals are in great position.
Trying to block him with Foster Moreau. That's not a good matchup for them. Trey has speed to the outside. Just the tomahawk chop to get the ball out.
Jacobs right, big opening there, and Jacobs into the secondary, pulling away from Bell. Jacobs caught from behind at the 12-yard line. What a run by Jacobs for the first down.
Jones had just 129 yards rushing this season. Jones pump, rifle downfield, intercepted, sliding catch made by Hyde for the pick. Micah Hyde, second team All-Pro, and what? The Bills with 3 straight touchdown drives. Trying to make it 4. Allen, deep shot, over the shoulder grab. Stephon Diggs against J.C. Jackson. And Diggs wins the battle for 45 yards.
And this was not supposed to be a one-on-one, man-to-man coverage.
20, what's that?
Play action. Allen. Deep downfield, wide open. Touchdown, Emmanuel Sanders. Punt from Bailey. It is Micah Hyde. Lets it bounce, and it's going to roll. Hyde scoops it up. Turns the corner. Micah Hyde down the sideline. And tripped up as he crosses the 45. Backfield, Singletary and Gilliam. Fake it. Allen looks downfield, whips it. Caught! Dawson Knox!
Eagles need one here. Pass is floated for Watkins, and they get it. Quez Watkins down to the 27. The muff punt, second straight time the Bucs have started inside Eagles territory. Brady, Evans is in for the touchdown with a flare. Boston Scott getting the handoff, and he breaks loose. Scott is gone. Touchdown, Philadelphia, and they're on the board.
Cooper just kept running. It's like they were just off on their communication, and it's like both their faults.
Anger with the fake. The pass is caught. It's caught for the first down. The Cowboys once again, and John Fossil able to come up with the trickery. Here's the play on 4th and 5.
Well, it's simple. Just you run up and stop, and it's well designed. They've done this before.
Third punt already for Hardman. Good one back at the 30-yard line. Hardman down the sideline. well into Pittsburgh territory and knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Pleaded his case to no avail. Williams is now the back. He drops it again and again. Second time, and it's picked up by T.J. Watt with the play alive into the end zone. He goes. Hardman was in Wildcat, and back we go. So Hardman takes it. Williams loses it and then loses it again.
Well, Williams was pretty limited in practice this week. You wonder how many times they got a chance to practice it. But who would have thunk it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, after doing absolutely nothing on offense, are going to take the lead. Not going for the first down as much as the field goal position.
Four-man rush. Mahomes, he's going deep downfield, wide open. Kelsey's going to take it all the way. Touchdown.
Unless you have Patrick Mahomes playing quarterback.
Right, and Kelsey on the other side. Second and 12. Mahomes. Open. Hill. Touchdown. "31 yards. They beat Cam Sutton. So Hill was denied a moment ago, and it was into the end zone. Mahomes becomes a decoy. Kelsey's going to throw a touchdown. Kelsey to Pringle.
And on 1st and 10, the give is to Michel, right up the middle. And that's how you start on your first snap from scrimmage for the LA Rams. Sony Michel for 35. Rams pressure is picked up. Kyler! Did he get rid of it? It's intercepted! It's David Long! Into the end zone for the touchdown. Troy Reeder got the hit on Murray. Nearly had him for the safety for 2. Instead it's 6, and it's a Rams touchdown.
And great vision. Playing the flat defender, just reading the quarterback.
Now people stop talking about that. Here's Odell Beckham Jr. He wants to throw it. Got a man down the sideline. It's Cam Akers. And the Rams aren't done yet with some razzle-dazzle Hollywood style. And 40 yards receiving. Remember, he caught the pass from Odell Beckham Jr. Here's Stafford. Loads up, middle of the field for Van Jefferson. On the money. Beats Marco Wilson and Jalen Thompson.
If you've ever dreamed of a career in the sports production industry, your dream could come true. The Ohio Media School is enrolling their next sports emphasis class soon. You'll learn about all the different aspects of what goes into the broadcast that you watch or listen to. Go from behind the scenes to the front of the camera. You'll also get hands-on opportunities to practice your skills through the Score On Air network. Call the Ohio Media School at 614-655-5250 or visit beonair.com/Columbus.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
And we back. And that's my guy right there, Josh Allen, with his stats. Blew it up over the weekend. Oh, this is my wild card guy. We'll talk about that too. He did the same thing in week 18. This is for the wild card, though. Josh Allen balled out. Speaking of, let me cut this away real quick. All right. One of the main talking points over wild card weekend was the Buffalo Bills had the first ever perfect offensive game in NFL history. Buffalo Bills had 9 drives, 7 of them ended in touchdowns, the other 2 ended in kneels. So at the end of the first half, they knelt it to end the first half, and at the end of the game, they knelt down to end the game. They never saw 4th down, they never punted, they didn't turn it over, man.
I don't know if that says a lot to what Buffalo Bills did or what happened in New England. That's the question. Did New England just fall to the wayside and the defense? I have no clue. I don't even have the words to figure it out. But what happened in New England? Because that roller coaster of a quarterback and Josh Allen, sometime he's up, sometime he's down. But obviously that day he was on fire. And I thought the defense is what carries New England anyways. But obviously they got a lot to go over in the offseason in New England. It's more than just a quarterback issue in Mac and Cheese Jones. So,
Mac and Cheese Jones. I'm not sure quite what to make of it.
I'm here, people.
The Bills, I mean, they were blowing people out every now and then this season. Yes. They had a couple of weeks, like early on, I was real high on the Bills. They were just trashing fools. They had a few close games here and there. So
mid-season, they kind of looked rough. It was that when the Patriots went on that streak, they kind of fell back to the pack a little bit. I think they finished strong. That's really what happened. They had that little mid-season slump. They was like, "It's the Bills for real?" But the Bills wasn't really getting the headlines like that. They came back and took it back towards the end of the season. I think definitely when it was time to meet the Patriots again, we kind of seen what happened that last time. Yeah. It wasn't really nothing too shocking. The Bills made a statement over the weekend. They definitely made a statement, and they're not playing around. They definitely going to be a team to be reckoned with. I don't know if we making predictions yet. We're not there, but I really think that the Bills, they could have just beat the Patriots and beat them, but nah, they beat them down. They sent them home, and they probably sent Mac Jones home crying. Yeah, they was not playing around. Bill Belichick, is he exposed? Is Tom Brady still winning the divorce?
Right.
Hey, he's still in the playoffs and a Super Bowl. So I mean, hey. At least we'll see how it goes. But now the Bills ain't messing around.
So, I mean, that moves right into the next point. If the Bills aren't messing around, they go up against, right now, Kansas City. Kansas City don't like they're messing around either. We're going to get to them in a couple more rows down, but
whichever. Pick a game.
But they did play the Squealers.
Pick a game and roll.
I'm not even saying nothing to do with it. Nah. The Steelers are the Steelers, and they're going to be who they are.
Don't play with your food.
Exactly.
And they didn't, man. That's my takeaway from Sunday night is look out, big play Chiefs. They're going into the end of the They're going into the end of the first half. The Chiefs are on like their own 30, trying to kick a field goal. They commit a penalty, move back 10 yards. Mahomes gets sacked, move back 10 yards. It's 3rd and 20 from their own 45 with like 20 seconds left in the first half. They're just trying to get into field goal range. And they throw a 45-yard touchdown pass to a tight end. Like, there aren't many teams, the tight end. There aren't many teams in the NFL that can do that. I mean, look at the Cowboys, for example. You know, a minute and a half drive left and couldn't get it done. I mean, the Chiefs, and they don't need to pull trick plays, but they're showing a little bit of that playbook. And it's just scary. I mean, we talk about putting up points and winning games, and they got a lot of weapons that are cause a lot of problems for a lot of defenses. So, and yeah, it was the Steelers, but they sent Big Ben out on his butt, that's for sure.
As they should.
Yep.
Yeah, but somebody had the Steelers coming in last place in the AFC North. I could have sworn. Somebody did make the playoffs.
Listen.
Hey, they did make it. That man, no apology.
Man, for what? I apologize for y'all making it to the playoffs.
Can you at least give Ben his flowers?
I give Bennett flowers all day.
All right, that's
you know?
acceptable. All right,
Give
that's
Bennett
cool.
flowers
That's
all
cool.
day. It's good
Give-
to see his career go the way that it did. Shout out to the man coming out of Miami of Ohio and doing his thing for so long.
Yeah, you know.
Coming into the league in 2004 and pretty much running Ohio anytime that he stepped into one of these stadiums. But we ain't talking about way back when of yesteryear. We talking about right now in this season right now, and they did not deserve to be in the playoffs. They pretty much got humiliated.
I blame Harbaugh and Staley. That's how the Steelers made the playoffs. Somebody want to, not take the points and want to go for it. That's really how they made it.
And isn't it crazy? Like, I mean, how close we could probably come up with 6 different teams that were like one play away from the playoffs.
Yeah,
the Colts lost to the Jags.
I mean,
that's also how they got in.
Yep, and I had my cape on for the Colts. I think going into Week 18, and they just laid an egg, man. Like, it's they talk about parity in the NFL. Like anybody can beat anybody any given day, but if we'd go back and look into some of the details, like I mean, the Ravens, win a game. So many close games within a field goal. Chargers the same way, going for 4th down all the time. Like, I mean, one play, one call here or there, and the playoffs is an entirely different picture. But and the other thing from the AFC or from the wild card weekend, right, was no surprises. Like the favorites came in, the best teams in the NFL in each division came in and just took care of business. Like, the Bucs didn't play around, Chiefs ain't play around, Bills ain't play around. It's just we came in and took it to them.
Well, I guess would the Cowboys loss be a surprise? I mean, even though I did pick the Niners.
Yep.
I went 100% on my picks this weekend. Yep. So I should have bet something.
No surprise. If you've been watching That's Debatable for the last couple of weeks, I had the Cowboys ranked and the Bengals ranked. One of those weeks, like 17, they were ranked the same. And then the Cowboys ended up getting a win. Believe it was over the Eagles. And, and then they boosted up. They came in and smashed the Eagles.
Yep.
And so I
Eagles
boosted
like
them back
third
up.
string. But
you know what I mean? But at the same time, that offense, I said it back then, it was fool's gold with the Cowboys because they haven't been running anything with their running backs. Tony Pollard was hurt.
That's right.
Zeke has still been on Zeke in the beginning. He had 2 games this season where he got over 100 yards. Once against Carolina, once against the Giants. So
he was baller of the week for one of them performances too.
that was it. Yeah, but you haven't had any kind of production out of him, and if you don't have a good run game, your pass game is going to take a major hit. So no matter how much CeeDee Lamb and Coop and whoever you lose Gallup. It was a lot going on.
Yeah. They need that Jason. They ain't got that Jason Witten no more. They need that tight end security blanket. They don't.
Whatever it is, Dallas, Squiller fans. It's a lot more football to be played in Cincinnati right now. I got flyers going out after the show. Make sure you sign up for the bandwagon. We won't call you a bandwagon. Just call you a loyal fan that wants to be a part of a winning organization. So, hey, even you can sign on too.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm fine where we at. Hopefully we get Eric Bieniemy, Brian Flores, Todd Bowles, somebody like that. To retake over our ship, to right our ship, because we should be a playoff team too. Like that's how teams like that's how you got the Eagles in there.
Yeah. Who would you like to see coach the Minnesota Vikings next year?
Preferably Bieniemy, but I'm fine with Bieniemy since the Dolphins make that dumb choice. We could take Flores. He could get our defense back right, and we already got the offense. We got 2 All-Pros.
Let's see. Brian Flores is a good candidate.
Bieniemy, I like Brian Daboll, the OC for what's the name? The Bills. He's the OC for the Bills. Brian Daboll. I like.
How about Doug Peterson? I believe he's available.
No, I don't like that choice.
Okay.
I don't like how he ran that ship, and I think he got lucky in that Super Bowl. But
all right, here's just the first thing that pops
Kellen
up.
Moore, I don't like the Kellen Moore option. I think he's really a fluke. That's why the offense is like that. Dan Quinn is cool, but I don't want Dan Quinn as my coach. He could stay where he at because he don't need to jump right back into the head coach ship, I don't think.
I'd agree with that.
The Falcons stink is still a little bit stink. I still smell it, even though he a Cowboy and he got the Cowboy defense back to us where we ain't seen it in a while, even though it didn't really show up against the Niners. But I'm cool on Dan Quinn. I'm cool on anybody in the Cowboys organization. I want people who come from a strong foundation like Eric Bieniemy, championship pedigree. I think Dayball and Dayball's made of the right stuff over there in Buffalo. They've been building something special, and I think Brian Flores really been having a Dolphins team that's been on the low, but they've been a winning team the past couple of years. Just can't get in the playoffs or can't get over. Now, if the rumors is true about Tua getting them up out of there, well, hey, the quarterback or the coach, who you make that choice, that's debatable, but we'll see. But for us, the Minnesota Vikings, he could go ahead and bring that up here and get us back right, especially if Aaron Rodgers and them is really out the door in Green Bay, no matter what happened this postseason, which I don't think they're going to win this weekend. We're going to get there, but we're going to see how it goes. Somebody can get us back right. Mike Zimmer got stale. And it's time to move on.
Another one I've heard is Brian Callahan. I've heard some sports shows talking about him, which would be the Cincinnati Bengals offensive coordinator.
Cool on him
he
too.
ain't going nowhere yet, but as a potential candidate for a head coach, the guy that might be on the move. I've seen his name float. No, just in terms of names floating around for coaching positions in the NFL. He's a hot one just because of what he's done with Burrow. And Chase, he's had some good success over 2 years.
And does that make it? Is he really a good play caller, or do he really got ballers on that team?
Well, is Kyle Shanahan a good play caller? As he had ballers on?
I've seen Kyle Shanahan do a lot in too many different places for that to be backed up. Because I've seen him work. Heck, he got Jimmy G looking like a hero. So we go. That's debatable, huh?
You got Debo looking like a hero.
Nah, that's just Debo. Hey, and he on the bike every time he run that ball. And they should play his music.
Yeah, right.
Offensive.
Hey, man. I mean, Kyle Shanahan is good. But
Kyle Shanahan's man.
Zach Taylor and them, they just not necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Zach Taylor either. Let's see, Bengals.
That's what I'm saying. They still gonna have to show it again. I know they had a magical season this year, but they definitely got to show that.
We'll see what comes up on Saturday.
Yeah, they here. I think they could take Tennessee. I mean, I never really. It's because I don't believe in Tannehill. Playoffs is really about the quarterback.
It's gonna be about Derrick Henry. All right, Bengals. You got anything to add to the Bengals Raiders AFC wildcard recap?
Nah.
Was it a little close for comfort?
At a point, it was.
You might have cheated on a touchdown.
It was what I expected. I wasn't no cheat. Everybody want to say that, bring it down to the referees, and that's one play out of a whole entire 60-minute game. You don't allow for the referees to determine the outcome of the game. Same thing that's happening in Dallas. Dallas Cowboy fans,
they're just some sore losers down there. There's some sore losers down there in Dallas.
Trying to find any scapegoat that you can find. Whole entire referee staff gets fired after that game.
Did y'all talk about that game yet? Dallas and 49ers?
Nope. Still going. You haven't
Not yet.
that much.
All right, cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
The Bengals, one thing that I just want you guys to know, I'm talking to specifically Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, the whole entire offense, defense, and the whole entire Cincinnati staff as an organization. I know a couple of you guys are tuning in right now. Yes, we are in the playoffs. Yes, we did just get a win. But still, man, it's still so much to go. So, pat yourself on the back a little bit. We smoked cigars at the AFC championship game.
Nope.
Or not championship game, the AFC North title when we could claim that. But it's still so much to go. One win in the playoffs is not the goal for the season. So, yeah, it's a good win. First one in 31 seasons. In 1992 was the first time they sent a text message. No Bengals has ever text Bengals win until now. So, 1991 was the last time they got a win. First time in the era of the text message has any Bengal fan ever text.
I saw that tweet. Send the text.
I was trying to think. So the teams with Palmer and Johnson.
Palmer, I was at that game in about 2005. They lost to the Steelers.
Okay.
Carson Palmer goes down. Kimo von Oldhoffen hits Carson's leg and has never been right since. So that was one. You got the A.J. Green and Andy Dalton, of course, with Vontaze Burfict and Adam Pac-Man Jones against the Squillers that one year. With 18 seconds left. Does what he does to AB is the reason that AB is streaking in the middle of the field to this day. And that's the reason that Cincinnati lost that game. Then you get Houston Texans with J.J. Watts doing what he did. 2 seasons with the Jets. It was a lot going on with, like I said, that Andy Dalton leg teams. But Cincinnati's still a long way to go, man. They don't get excited yet. Handle King Henry and the rest of the King's men this Saturday, the 4 o'clock hour in Nashville. Just come out and do what we do, and we're going to be going on, probably playing, because I don't believe in the Bills. The Bills is the same team. I look back, they lost. They lost to the Jags. They lost to the Jags 6-9. They lost to the Colts 41-15. You look at their losses.
Whoa.
He lost to the Patriots, the same team that they beat. Yes, but
Twice.
they beat them. Or they lost 14-10.
So they ain't make a statement to you?
Statement where?
What,
Where?
The
47 points in
the
no
first
statement?
perfect game ever.
Against New England. Yeah, that's against New England, man. I
top
understand.
3 defense,
I
I think.
understand. I'm not taking discredit
Bill Belichick.
anything. Not impressed. Not impressed with Cincinnati. Not impressed with the Bills.
You just need to
This
see
is
it
the
again.
playoffs. Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
All
You
right.
did it once. One trick pony.
They went to the
one hit
AFC
wonder.
Championship game last year.
All right.
Didn't they? Yeah.
Ooh,
The
Bills.
AFC Championship
Nah,
game
it was
last
Cleveland.
year.
It was, I thought it was one in Cleveland?
No,
Cleveland
it was the Bills and the Chiefs. That was round 1, Cleveland. Cleveland won the wild card game versus Pittsburgh. And then
This year, we talking about this year. You the same guy that put the asterisks on with the COVID. Oh, LeBron won a championship with COVID year.
that
He
was
in the
yeah,
bubble.
They was in the bubble.
Exactly.
They're not in the
No
bubble.
fans in the stands last year. This
There was
year,
fans
go.
in the stand.
No, there weren't.
Not in the playoffs?
playoffs, nah, man. No.
Not
No,
in-
not until like the Super Bowl.
We'd have to check out, but regardless.
Yeah, regardless. I don't trust Josh Allen.
But the AFC last year
and
was
against KC this year. I don't think
already
KC
beat
gave
him.
the Bengals the best hand when they played them a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Y'all beat the Chiefs too, though.
Playoffs.
Yep.
Talking about playoffs
Dude,
in
yeah,
Arrowhead.
we're Cardinals had 2 different seats. I mean, yeah, we'll see who shows up. There's, week 3. There's a big difference.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off.
You good.
I want to make sure. You going with the Bills over KC?
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
Say it to the camera.
You got
I'm going with the Bills over KC, and with my asterisk, the winner of that game is going to the Super Bowl. But I got the Bills.
Wow.
nice.
Also,
In Arrowhead, just to remind you.
I like it. You got a score.
I like that.
nah,
Go
I ain't
ahead.
good at the guessing scores, but I think, like I said, the Bills made a statement to me, and the Chiefs tried to match it. But I believed in more. I believed in the Patriots a little bit more than I believed in the Steelers.
That's a good point. The Chiefs tried to match that. I think there's a little something to that. Kansas City on Sunday, they saw the Bills come out and blow
Not
people
playing
out of the
around.
water. So
Not
I think
playing around
maybe
out
the
the
Chiefs decided to all right, we need to maybe match that.
I think the Bills
show
is ready.
our guns to
The
maybe
Bills is ready.
cool. I like it.
I think the Bills
They're
is
going to
ready.
need one another the perfect game.
Also,
because
my
that defense-
AFC Championship is the Bengals versus the Bills, and the Bills going to the Super Bowl. I think the Bengals could beat I just don't like the Titans, mostly
Right.
The Titans and Tannehill. I know Derrick Henry is cool, but Derrick Henry hasn't had one of those performances in the playoffs since he's been taken off. Like run back
Since
through
last year.
I mean, the last couple of years he's been
Monster.
regular season monster, but he's still been bottled up. Well, they did a couple seasons ago. They made the AFC Championship game. Chiefs bottled them up. Last year, I think they also lost to the Chiefs, or they might have lost to the Bills last year. But anyway, I don't believe in the Titans, and I like what. And of course, I'm rolling. If I'm rolling with the Bengals because of my guy, R.I.P. bro. But I think the Bengals ain't ready for whoever comes out of that Bills and Chiefs game, and this is just a stepping stone, hopefully in the right direction for Cincinnati. But Bills and Chiefs is definitely coming out of the AFC because both teams ain't messing around, and it should be a slaughterhouse. No, it should be a bloodbath, bloodshed, but not like blowout.
You mean Titans Bengals?
No, I'm talking about Chiefs.
Oh.
The real AFC Championship is Chiefs Bills. No disrespect to whoever come out the other side.
Hey, look.
I hope that's a high scoring game. I want to see 40-38.
Week 8, we like to continue to talk about last year. I'm not really wanting about last year. This is a brand new year, brand new players, brand new systems in
I mean, it's still
place.
the same season.
But last year, week 8, Cincinnati takes on this Tennessee Titan. Yes, Derrick Henry was there.
That's a game he probably got
112 yards, 18 carries,
Or he got
1
injured
touchdown.
the next week.
That was week 8?
Week
That was
8
the last
last
week he
year.
played.
No, not this year.
Last
year.
Oh, you literally
2020.
mean last year.
Yeah, literally mean last year, not this year. Joe Burrow was still in his bag. 26 for 37, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not to Jamar Chase. Jamar was still sitting out. He was not playing. You know what I mean? So to say Cincinnati can't win, it's not,
I got
not
Cincinnati winning.
far-fetched.
It's not. And nobody.
All right, let's do it. Let's talk Tennessee and Cincinnati then.
Nobody believes in Tannehill. Not one person. And
I might.
You might?
What do you? I think Tennessee's going to roll Cincinnati this weekend.
Oh.
Maybe not roll, but they for whatever reason Tannehill isn't going to lose them the game. is my mind. Their defense is decent enough. If their defense shows up, they've had a week off, they can game plan. I'm not quite just sold on Cincinnati to take it again this weekend into Tennessee's house. Divisional matchup. Tennessee's tough at home. And it is the run game. And even if Henry doesn't come out and do his thing, the Titans have proved that they can do it with Deontay Foreman and Dontrell Hilliard. They can still put together a semblance of a run game. Those dudes can run for 100 yards, no problem. And I think Tennessee can win the battle in the trenches, too. I think they've got a pretty good offensive line, and I don't like Cincinnati's pass rush a whole lot. So I think that gives the edge to the Titans a little bit, kind of just all around. So I think the Titans cover the 3.5-point spread. I think the Titans win by maybe a touchdown, maybe more. I hope the Bengals win. I'd like to see it. I like Jimmy and Jamar and Joe Burrow and Jamar, but that's my prediction. I'm taking the Titans by 7.
If the run is taken away,
sorry, bro.
If the run is taken away, then it comes down to Tannehill.
It's A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. If Julio's going to show up, if A.J. Brown's going to show up.
So who got a better receiving core, the Bengals or the Titans?
A.J. Brown and Julio Jones really haven't. Definitely Julio has not showed up this season at all.
Julio's been hurt for 8 weeks.
Okay.
A.J. Brown was hurt
Julio's been hurt for 3 years.
So, I mean, that's, no question about it. The Bengals got the receiving core by far. They got the quarterback by far. Joe's still young, though. He can make some mistakes. That Titans secondary, man, they've been some ball hawks for the last year and a half. Vrabel's a heck of a coach, defensive-minded. It's just, I think it presents a little bit more of a tough test than some people think. And, yeah, you make all the right points. Tannehill isn't the dude that's going to come out and air it out for 300 yards. But A.J. Brown is a beast, and I think he can get it done when they need to. And they're going to stick to that run game. So.
Titans schedule real quick. Didn't they lose to the Texans?
Oh, I'm sure they got.
He threw 3 picks. I believe he threw another. I'm trying. It was like.
I'm sure he's had his bad games for sure.
I just don't. I mean, I've seen. I just like Joe Shiesty over Tannehill.
I like that.
Yeah, I like him over Tannehill in that situation. And then the magic carpet ride for the Bengals will come to a halt in the AFC Championship.
Matt Manning says, "Give me experience over youth in that game,"
and that's exactly what I was going to point on.
What experience do the Titans really have?
Dude, what?
They did just go to an AFC Championship game a couple years ago, but I mean,
it comes down to not only experience, but it's going to come down to execution. Whoever can limit the penalties, and Cincinnati has one of the least penalized team in the NFL, so they're going to limit the penalties. If you limit them getting on the offensive side of, letting Tannehill get any type of production with A.J. Brown or allowing for Henry to come out, and do whatever he's going to do. He's been out for 8 weeks or so, 9 weeks, and then just come back and just magic carpet ride, as you said, and just do something. They limit all of that. They limit the offensive production and do what they've been doing with the offense of Cincinnati. There's no way that they can't beat that team.
Tennessee is 8-2 in their last 10 games. That's all without Derrick Henry.
And those 2 losses is to the Texans and...
No, the 2 losses are to the Cardinals and the Jets.
That's what it is.
You beat the Seahawks, you beat the Colts, Jags, you beat the Bills, you beat the Chiefs, you beat the Colts, you beat the Rams, you beat the Saints.
It's impressive.
Boom.
But the games that they won with Henry...
Those are all without Henry. They beat the Bills 31.
They beat the Chiefs
without Henry 27-3. They beat the Bills without Henry 34-31. They beat the Colts without Henry 34-31. They beat the Rams at LA without Henry 28-16.
I got the Bengals.
And that's good. I like that. That's cool. Stick with it. I'm just backing up a little bit. Everybody's got bad losses in the NFL, but
yeah. Bengals has also lost to the Jets, so
yep,
yeah, both lost to the Jets.
So we have to see.
You said they did lose to the Titans or to the Texans.
Yep,
they lost to the Patriots, back-to-back losses. Then they've been on a little. They lost to the Steelers too.
Yep, so they've lost to some bad teams. They're 12-5 though. So
yeah, they did come out with the 1 seed. Still, even they got off to such a head start. Though.
That's crazy. They still come out with the 1 seed.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Saturday.
It's gonna be a good one, man. I'm excited for it. And we'll see if this Bengals can keep rolling with that momentum. Momentum is a big thing
against the run.
And that's kind of,
because Joe Mixon definitely gonna have to be involved heavy.
That's gonna be a
Joe
big
Mixon
part of it.
They're gonna have to load it up and just take some of the pressure off of Joe. So if you can just allow Joe to, Joe takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of sacks. I believe, as I stated, they're the least penalized in the NFL. Burrow has been one of the sacked quarterbacks in the NFL. I think we're averaging like 5 sacks a game on him. Yeah. So he takes a lot of
Comeback
hits, but
player of the
keep him
year,
upright. Oh, yeah. I called that one, too.
You did.
Comeback player of the year, rookie of the year. With
All
Jamar
right, fine.
Chase.
Here, we'll throw it up. Oh, I haven't brought it in yet. All right.
It's definitely going to be an entertaining one, though.
What's your, you got a score?
But I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to get that offense together. Just probably about 35-42. That's the Cincinnati score of just their score.
Team
35
point.
or 42. I don't know which one I want to go with, but I think we can hold them to probably about a good 21.
35-21.
I'll go 35-21.
I like it.
31-28. Bengals.
Jer. 31-28. Cincy. Ryan is taking.
I went back from Packers. Do I smell some type of bet, Ryan? I'm wait. That's what Byron said.
Oh, what's up, Byron? You bet, brother. I'll put my money where my mouth is for sure.
And I'm rolling with them Niners too.
Good.
When we get there.
All right. Ryan's taking the Titans over the Bengals. 26.
I've been high on the Niners all year. It just sucked that they had that little stink error.
Yeah,
they finally started looking like the team I thought they would be. Because if you go back to my playoff sheet, I had them right there.
Actually, I found all my. I'll bring those together for next week. My regular season record prediction. I found like all 32 of my sheets, so I'll dig those out.
Yeah.
All right, Niners. Let's get into it. Niners and the boys. I got some awesome stuff.
Niners and Packers.
We're gonna recap the wild card real quick because I want to show this. Maybe my favorite picture of the day. That's from the '94 NFC Championship. Good old Niners fans. And then this was maybe my favorite. Cold-blooded.
Well, if you got the one that I sent you, the Dallas going into the tunnel.
Oh, yeah. All sorts of bad stuff coming out of.
Who was that scored and they threw a dildo on the field?
Yeah.
That was the Patriots?
No, that was Dak. That was the Cowboys.
That
I'm
was
pretty
Dallas?
sure.
Oh, my God.
All right.
That is hilarious.
So San Fran rolled in. Maybe one of the biggest blunders in the history of wild card.
That's why everybody wanted Dallas, though.
So here it is.
Was sweet.
And Dallas beat themselves, but also San Francisco helped beat them. So here's the end of the game. The last play with 14 seconds left where Dak and Mike McCarthy is on Mike McCarthy all the way.
Think about how much time. That's an extra.
But it's got to start at the top.
More than 4
that's
plays.
True, but
if they kept them in bounds.
He got enough time management. He can't go wide. He got to slide.
I do not understand his play call. I mean, even if he slides,
this is scary.
It's just dumb.
I don't know why they would. With no timeouts, it's dumb. But if you're going to clock it and do it right, just blame the refs. So, like, boom. Like, right there, he needs to go down. He needs to go down about 5 yards sooner than that.
Right.
He got enough. Didn't leave 10 seconds on the clock. He got enough time. I'm thinking of a Madden play. But, this ain't Madden. In real life, it's a lot going on. I'm sure Dakota felt the pressure, and Kyle Shanahan like, yes. So that's what happened.
This is great, and the ref just comes out, walks out, like, yeah, that's it, game's over.
Yeah, man. For them to blame the old man,
dude.
For them to blame the old man because he's trying to run up the field and then he run into the line. He thought he could fit through the guard in the center.
And that's on them Cowboys. They got to get out of the way. Even Romo Romo even said it.
They might not be able to hear.
They get those sounds. Romo even said that. He's like, the refs, Dak should have grabbed the ball, found the ref, gave it to him, put it down, planted it. There's so many things that went wrong. It starts at the top, 14 seconds left, no timeout. Dumb Mike McCarthy and dumb on Dak. You blew it. They blew it. And I love it. It's fantastic.
Can't blame anybody on one play. Like I said, 60 minutes in a football game. Man. Can't continue to blame one play and say, my season is a failure because
head coaching, top down, as a head coach, situational awareness, play calling, timeouts, field awareness, all of that starts with the head coach and Mike McCarthy. That's on him. Yes, Dak on the field could have done it different. They should have never done that anyway. That's all on Mike McCarthy and that staff. He's the man and it falls on him, period.
Is he really the man, though? Or is he just the face?
He makes that call.
He don't call the plays for the offense. Kellen do. Well, they keep calling Kellen Moore this offensive genius. He
Okay,
better
well
not
then
be my
Mike
head coach.
McCarthy better have told Kellen Moore, as
I'm gonna burn my
offensive
jersey.
coordinator, you got to throw it out. We ain't got time, or we take a shot now. That's just ridiculous, and I love every minute of it.
Of course, I did too.
So it's
But-
great.
Nah,
And
you
he
gotta
cast
get
some
the ball
bets
to the
for me.
refs. You gotta get the ball to the refs. Gotta get the ball to the refs. Maybe if you go down 5 yards shorter,
But
shorter.
even then, it's a couple seconds. But that's a whole.
It
It's a
literally came
difference
down
in
to
giving
the
him
last
another
second
play.
where he before. So if it came down to that last second, go down a little bit beforehand. Maybe it's 2 seconds on the clock. You got a closer, like they was trying to get a closer Hail Mary. Is what it looked like they was trying to do.
Yep.
But it is the Cowboys, and Mike McCarthy. He's not gonna get fired or anything. Hopefully. None of his coordinators are my head coach because they both had interviews, and I don't like it at all. If you got a first round exit, you shouldn't get the job. Sorry.
Not for
Yeah,
sure.
and that's-
Owners get fired, but how long is Jerry Jones? That's Jerry's toy right there, man.
The moment
Jerry
that they
probably
win a
loves it
championship-
because they're in all the headlines, man.
The
It's
moment-
nothing but Cowboys publicity.
And that's why I
Jerry
said
don't
he's just
care.
Mike McCarthy's just a face. It's because Jerry. Of course, he's the owner of the team, but he makes all the decisions, like literally all of them. Him and his son Steven.
I think
But
Jerry Jones told him to slide with 14 seconds left. He's like, Dak, sneak it, get down there.
he probably called down on McCarthy's hotline,
But yeah, they haven't made the
moment he
NFC
retired,
Championship
or
in 11 years.
If they ever win the Super Bowl again, that's probably when we see the end of Jerry Jones, or we might even see even more. of Jerry Jones.
Jerry's going to be in the owner's box at Cowboy Stadium when he dies. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to have his coffin put up there. He's just going to have himself Jerry ain't going nowhere.
No.
All right,
And as long as Jerry's not there,
But
Jerry's
did
there,
go
they're not
somewhere.
going nowhere.
Dallas.
Let's see. We covered all the wild card. Rams took it to the Cardinals last night. Kyler looked bad. We touched on that a little
Oh
bit.
my God!
Rams
and you
look.
know the play that I turned it on at?
Rams look rough.
Was his interception? That's literally where I turned on the TV.
The
at.
shortest
I'm
pick
like,
six
what?
in history of the playoffs.
But
man.
I did have the Rams winning. So
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm happy with it because I picked all the right wins. So hopefully I think I'm gonna go 2 for 2 this weekend. Well, make it
4 for 4.
Yeah, 4 for 4. But yeah, second weekend.
And with that being said, that's a quick plug for Wendy's. Make sure you stop by Wendy's or any local Wendy's and get you a 4 for 4. Shameless plug for Wendy's. Our sponsor, Wendy's, 4 for 4s all weekend.
Wendy, if you out there, Dave, whoever's acting is Dave now. What's up? We eat Wendy's up in here.
Yeah, and I need to bring that BLT back. I'm sorry y'all took that away. They think they slick.
Dude, I
but-
like Wendy's.
Man,
All right, we got to stop talking about food. I'm hungry.
We did not a quick little plug. OBJ. Yeah, definitely.
All right,
OBJ balled out.
To all our chubby listeners in the comments, I know Casey's out there. Shout us with your fast food. Who you want us to get rep by? Wendy's, McDonald's, T-Bell. What we got?
Hey, whoever ready to
Man, Raising Cane's
Raising
was all over the classic in the city. All right. Okay. Rams crushed the Cardinals. Cardinals look bad. They got some work to do in the offseason. Rams look good. They're definitely gonna have a tough matchup with the Bucs next weekend.
Yep.
Not impressed once again.
You're not impressed with the Rams?
Nah, man.
Cool. Give me a quick why.
I believe that Mr. Stafford is still the Stafford that was in Dallas or in Detroit, excuse me. But I think he's just a facilitator. He's not really trying to take over the game. He's not trying to do too much. They're just making him just do just enough and rely on that defense to win the game. So that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. And they may have enough talent on that defensive side to be able to pull it off. But we've seen Aaron Donald crying on the sideline before. So to say that it's impossible and for Jalen Ramsey not to get beat he's only on one side of the field. So that Tampa Bay, that's where people want to talk about experience. Tampa Bay has experience no matter what's going on in their locker room, whether they're down a player and is it Godwin?
Yeah, Godwin's out.
Godwin's out. AB is out, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Brown's out. They still got
AB's like at Madison Square Garden watching the Knicks.
Yeah.
He just dropping demos, dropping his album. Make sure you try to find AB.
Nobody listen to Antonio Brown and Kanye West. Like, bro, stop it.
Oh,
that's
man.
Why that's why he's walking back everything now. You
That's
know
what they need
Tom's
is-
really a good guy. You know what? I was tripping. Tom was really there for me. Like, we get it. Like, well, AB, everybody, CTE.
You're right.
whatever.
I'm good
You
to.
know what? Go.
Yeah.
Just
He ain't in the league, so let's not talk about him at the moment.
Yeah, we already
So
discussed that a couple weeks
Rams
ago.
Bucks. Who we taking?
I got the GOAT. I got the GOAT going back to the Super Bowl. So if we want to,
That's pretty tough to. Nope, just this weekend. Bucks over. Give me points. God, that's a tough one. All right, real quick though. Matt Stafford isn't trying, he can't get it done for him then. They're relying on the defense and the run game, which I will remind you is exactly how Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl last year. Tom Brady did not play that well in the Super Bowl. The Bucs won the Super Bowl with Lenny Fournette running the ball down the Chiefs' throat and that defense getting after Mahomes. Now, if that Rams pass rush can get after Brady, can shut down some of that, stop the run.
Tristan Wirfs
all they need,
up.
And the Rams got Cam Akers back, who's a beast. Sony Michel is running wild.
With a mean ran over yesterday.
Matt Stafford doesn't need to do much. He just needs to not turn it over. They pound the ball.
That's what he was doing.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Last 4 weeks of the season, he thrown about 8 picks. I think he's tied in the league for most interceptions this year with Trevor Lawrence.
But
he didn't. That Tampa Bay defense want to stack the box and make Matthew Stafford throw the ball?
Well, of course they will. But So Sean McVay, it's going to depend on if he can get play calls and get the run game going.
He might be my head coach.
He's got, two of the best receivers in the game. He's got Cooper Kupp, and then OBJ's the athlete that he is. We're seeing a resurgence.
Yeah.
I'm just, it presents. There's a lot of good reasoning behind why they might be able to beat the Bucs.
That was a tough one.
On the flip side of that, Tom Brady, the GOAT at home, playoffs, 35th victory in the barrel. How do you pick against Tampa Bay?
If it's one man you don't bet against, it's him. So I'm going Rams. I meant Bucks.
You going Bucks?
Yeah, definitely Bucks. It depends. Like I said, it's gonna come down to Todd Bowles versus that offense.
Matt and Byron both on the Rams. Brady not going back this year. Bucks would have lost week 1 if they didn't draw Philly.
I can almost guarantee that a lot of these people didn't have the Bucks winning last year either.
Answer the man.
I could almost bet 100. I could almost bet everything that I got that Byron Johnson picked the Packers to win the Super Bowl last year.
he's probably not wrong.
I guarantee when it came down to that NFC Championship game, you know how I know? Because I was arguing with him. I didn't know that.
All right, Bucks points. Give me a prediction.
What did they score? They was up 31-0 against the
something like that. 34-17.
Until they scored them last. I mean, that's what the final score was, but I think it was 31-0 before the Eagles actually scored. I'm gonna say 35-31 Bucks.
Really?
And that still might be too many points for the Rams.
Man, this is tough, man. But I'm gonna
It's
go
easy peasy.
Nah, man. I'm thinking it may not be that.
You said that the last 10 years, Byron.
It's going to be a field goal game, man. I think it's going to come down to a field goal. So I'm going to go 32-35. Because I got to go with the Rams, man. I know what I'm saying against them. But I think they just going to get enough just to get over that hump.
Oh, yeah. Asterisk, just like I said, Bills, Chiefs, even though I got Bills, but whoever wins going to Super Bowl, whoever wins this game is going to Super Bowl.
That's where I definitely disagree with you on that one. But hey,
yeah,
that's debatable.
Whoever wins Bucks and Rams game is going to the Super Bowl. I don't believe in whoever's coming out the other side, even if unless the Niners get the Rams, because the Niners kind of own the Rams. But I think the Rams will wake up that day. It'd be like the Bucks did last year.
NFC West championship game. Wow.
I mean, it is the best conference in football.
Division.
That too.
Well, also that. There you go.
What you got,
Yikes,
Ryan?
Man, put me on the spot.
What you got, man? I told you that was tough. This one's tough.
No, it wasn't.
Tie. End of the tie.
It's not possible, man.
Oh.
Stick with the NFC West. That's where he's going. Who would you rather see?
I'm taking
Tampa Bay or the Rams? Pretty sure you got you guys over Green
Tom
Bay.
Brady's
This year your defense
Tom Brady
is still a question mark.
Tom Brady 27-20 over the Rams.
27-20.
I like that score too.
Man.
Because I really think the game might come down to the 20s. I think both defenses might kind of show up.
And that's just, yeah.
And this week,
Going Brady, right?
yeah, I got Brady. I got Brady going and winning it all. He going to get ring 8.
That's tough, man.
Dude.
I don't know, man.
It might be the Packers' year.
Now that
this is a good.
It's debatable.
This is a good weekend, man.
Oh yeah,
there's some good.
Last
football.
weekend was a good. This whole playoff outside of my team not being in it.
Yeah,
just being a fan of the game.
Yeah,
naturally I'm just a fan of the game. Even though this is a Warren Moon jersey, though, people, real throwback. Authentic.
Yeah, you're winning no matter what.
1995.
Rocking that Warren Moon, that's a winning jersey.
First Viking jersey I ever got. Shout out to my big bro Fatty. He the one who got
my
it
big bro Fatty.
But hey, yeah, I got the GOAT, man.
Yeah, I mean it's just hard to.
I got the GOAT.
It's hard to pick against quarterbacks and coaches,
but,
things like that.
I really do like the Rams. So asterisk, the winner of this game is going to the Super Bowl. So if they do beat the Bucks, then I'll be on the Rams bandwagon because I'm definitely picking the Rams over whoever come out inside, unless it's the Niners. Then I'll really wear my Joe Montana. If the Niners when the Niners beat the Packers, I'm wearing my Joe Montana jersey. I was going to wear it today, but she grabbed the wrong jersey. Yeah, a lot of the people wasn't on yet, but I didn't start the show off. I'm sure my guys did well. It was a long day. Long day.
Tuesday. Always long.
But yeah. Who you got? You said 27-20. All right, what's the next game?
27-20 Rams. All right.
Packers-Niners?
Packers-Niners. All right. San Francisco going into Green Bay.
I just don't believe in the Packers. Outside of me hating the Packers.
It's supposed to be cold. I think the forecast is, in the teens probably. Benefits the run game a little bit. On that side, though, also, does weather really affect Rodgers and the Packers up there in Green Bay? No matter how cold, no matter how snowy, dude still airs it out, and they get it done. They've got a run game that's solid. Their defense is good. Their secondary's back and healthy, so Green Bay's formidable. And at home, man, rolling into Lambeau's always tough. You got the beauty again, though, with the Niners going into kind of a rivalry game. These two teams have some history in divisional rounds, wild card rounds, and especially NFC championships.
Yeah.
The old famous T.O. catch going through the middle in 98. One of my favorite plays ever.
One of my favorite plays of all times also.
Just T.O.'s the man, so.
Also got the Kaepernick running all over him.
Dude, man, that was a wild card. Just torched him.
But that was the matchup. Okay, yeah.
200 yards, something like that.
And then, of course, 2017. No, 18.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, not if you're a Green Bay fan, but
so hold on, time out. If you just run down that history, what does history say?
San Fran, baby, gonna get it done.
Goodness. Okay,
and I'm gonna take my Niners. San Fran's gonna roll into Green Bay. Debo and Elijah just gonna run it all over. Here's the beauty of it too. Everybody's knocking George Kittle for having one catch against the Dallas Cowboys. Man, look at the tape. Look at the film. George Kittle is a run-blocking machine. He took Micah Parsons to school. He was taking Leighton Vander Esch to school. He owns those ends. That run game is strongly, strongly reinforced by the blocking abilities of George Kittle. And he buys into that, man. He doesn't care if he has one catch for 15 yards. He'll block all day long. He loves hitting people. He loves beating people up. And that's that mentality. The Niners ain't scared going into this game. They don't care. They just took it to the Cowboys, and it's run the ball. The big question is if Nick Bosa is going to be healthy or Fred Warner. If both of them are out, that's tough. Nick Bosa is such a massive influence on the end of that line, one of the best pass rushers in the game. So if those two are out, some question marks. But San Fran's ready to play. They can win the trenches. It's going to be tough to go toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, but I'm going to take my guys in a close one. 28-27, Niners by 1.
Say that again.
San Francisco 28-27.
That's too close for my comfort. It's just gonna be like, have you seen the movie Friday, Ryan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so
it's been a while.
There's a scene. Craig and Smokey's on the porch, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Debo's coming. You know what they do?
Hide their chains.
You know what they do? When Debo come, you know what they do? I guarantee that defense is going to tuck their chains when Debo comes. Hey, you like how I did that? That's a freestyle. That was hard. I don't care.
That was hard.
So, yeah, they going to tuck their chains when Debo come. I got the Niners. History says Niners. Now, it's not, and if Green Bay win, and I'll have no egg on my face because I'm not betting none of y'all. All y'all keep trying to bet me. I don't care. This is just my predictions of my show. I appreciate y'all for watching, though. Thank you. But history ain't gonna win this year. I'm weak.
Jimmy ain't gonna. Yeah, Jimmy don't need to run. Jimmy just needs to not turn it over.
Like I said, I got
which is kind of a tall order.
Debo, and last time I checked, unless Aaron Rodgers is Craig and Devontae Adams is that brick, I doubt it.
Craig,
because they gonna live to fight another day, except not that day because their season gonna be over, and the Niners will prevail.
And who do you get? You know, who gets the coaching edge? Matt LaFleur. Still
Kyle.
young. Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely taking Kyle.
Yep.
I mean,
and DeMeco Ryans a good defensive coordinator.
Hey, he was a great linebacker. He's also might be in an interview for our job, but it's just too soon for him.
It's too young. Yep.
Yeah,
agreed.
Too soon. Stay at where you at, fam. I want Bieniemy. That's what I want. That's my number one pick. Not.
Did you give a score?
28-17 Niners.
Yeah. Holding the pack to 17 points. You like that, fans?
Nick,
That's saying a lot, man.
They only. The thing about the Niners is they don't got a blitz. They got 4 that could go. They got Debo on offense and they also got a Debo on defense. His name is Nick Bosa.
Yep.
So I like him
if he plays.
Yep.
If he plays, okay,
Update.
cool. We gonna see that. Is the line for the Packers back together like Bakhtiari and them? I don't know if Bakhtiari is back yet.
Not sure about that, but I think most of them are back to health. Byron, you out there? We look it up. Profile pick.
No, I'm not. The profile pick that I have, I'm not changing.
Yeah, Byron says the front 7 healthy, dude. Debo gonna run all over you. Debo run all over anybody.
I don't.
That's what the offense of the 49ers consists of. Is
and
Debo
the Lions just
and
run all over
Elijah
that
Mitchell.
defense. But anyway,
that was the JV.
Was
it? That wasn't the regular starter.
I could have sworn Aaron Rodgers played. I could have sworn.
Which one?
They
the last game of the season.
off.
Yeah.
I doubt that they finish.
Against the Lions, I think Rodgers played the first half.
Yeah, that's
maybe the start.
And let's go.
Let's
go back. Let's go back to week 3 for our previous matchup of San Francisco and Green Bay.
When it took a miracle just
San
for them to win that
Francisco
game.
beat them up most of the game.
The bad.
You know, you give Rodgers 40
seconds,
and you just let Rodgers do his thing. But so they can hang with him.
I can't remember. Or did Devontae Adams make a play? Who made a play? Somebody just made a play, 40-yard bomb or something like that to get.
Yeah, it's probably Lazard or MVS or some name.
To get Crosby, because it came down to the field goal to get Crosby in field goal range.
Yep.
One of the few big kicks he made this year because he missed a lot.
This is like the first year he struggled, man. He's been solid since like 09.
That's true.
So
but
the
once
rushing
it's in your
game
hands,
of San Francisco last week, 37 attempts between 2 players.
That's how you win.
Between 2 players. You only allow Jimmy G to go 16 for 25. This is against the Cowboys, though. 16 for 25
Cowboys
for
defense was
172.
legit. I'll give their defense. I think their defense was for real. Offense, that was like the
ugly.
what's the fake word? It's cubic zirconium. The
you
offense is cubic zirconium. That's why Kellen Moore don't need a job.
You nailed it right. Fool's gold.
But yeah, the defense. I think the defense is for real though.
All right, give me them rushing stats.
That's why
last week against the 49ers, 27 for 96 was Elijah Mitchell. Debo went 10 for 72. Both 1 touchdown apiece. So that defense of Green Bay is going to be more focused on, you're not worried about Jimmy G.
Nope.
Maybe if he dumps it over to Kittle, but you're not really worried about him exposing you. Ayuk is there, yes, sir.
I love Ayuk.
I believe you go ahead and play 4-3, whatever you got to play, tight in the box, and make Jimmy G beat you.
He got that security blanket though, so
I've been rolling with high on Green Bay. It's no kind of bias on me. I just like what I've been seeing. Definitely.
So what's the Super Bowl? Packers Bengals.
Hang on, get to the.
I like for Jones and for Dylan to continue to have a high game, and Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna hook up. But it's just I don't believe in the offense of the 49ers unless Kittle's have one of those games that he had against Cincinnati. Kittle lit Cincinnati up like a Christmas tree. So I just think that it's a little bit too much for the 49ers. So I got to go Green Bay to keep on that hot streak. Byron, I know you're excited. Calm down. Don't panic. I don't got them really going to the Super Bowl. I'm not for sure yet. It's a lot still going on, but I'll check back with you like in the next week or so. A lot's going to depend on that Rams-Tampa Bay game. That's going to determine
winner of that game is going to the Super Bowl.
I think I might agree with my guy. So I'm going to go with Green Bay on this week. I'm kind of close with you, Ryan. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be that close. I'm going to go 28-21 Green Bay.
28-21. See, that's the thing. I want these to be 35-38, but reality, they got to end in the 20s.
I think Debo, like I said, once Debo come around that corner, they're going to tuck their chain.
It's the same.
He's the only player in NFL history to have, I think, at least 1,400 receiving yards and 900 rushing yards.
He ain't a gadget back, man. It's just good play. It's
player.
good play calling.
He's a football
and it's good. It's good run calling. It's good play calling. It's good blocking schemes. Like it's all that motion before the snap. It caused a lot of problems for defenses just trying to track what's going on. You can also run a lot of play action off it. There's a lot of counters. It just opens up the playbook, makes it a little easier on Jimmy G. But that's another recipe for playoff football. If it's 5 degrees and snowing in Green Bay, Jimmy G can't throw the ball anyway, so Niners need to run it 45 times. And he can. He balled out in the second half against the Rams.
He has a winning record.
That's a Mike, that's
like 33-15 or something like that.
He's got an excellent record as their starter. Like, he's not the dude you rely, I don't know, Tannehill, Cousins, like he makes mistakes. He's not the best, but the dude can get it done.
They all are in that little funky group.
Kind of right. Yeah. But if it's 5 degrees and snowing in Green Bay, what you want is you want to run the ball and you want to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers with using only 4 and keeping your secondary. Like all of those things kind of line up to neutralize. You got to own that time of possession. You got to keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands and things like that, which is what the run game, is designed for. That's how they win.
I'm going to throw my asterisks on it real quick. As you were talking, I think if Kittle has over 10 receptions, and if he gets over 100 yards, I'll say 49ers win.
All right.
But it's going to take for him to really dominate that game and take some of the pressure off of Debo. I think Debo's going to do what he do anyways. You can't really stop him. You only can hope to contain him. But they need somebody else besides Debo. They need somebody else besides Mitchell. Ayuk's going to have a big game, or like I said, Kittle's going to have a big game. But it's not going to. It has to be that little dump over pass. I don't know if your guy Jimmy G, like you say, can't throw deep. So
his deep ball's not great. He can push the ball down the field.
Management the same way that Matthew Stafford does.
Just did it.
That's what you have to be able. When you have a dominant quarterback, you're going to rely on your defense a lot, and then you're going to have to just take the game out of the quarterback's hands. So if the 49ers can somehow do that, I know it's a lot of Niner Gang Nation out there you feel good about it. I'm pretty sure you feel good about where you at. But
you couldn't be in a better position. I mean, San Fran's, I think, 7-3 in their last 10. Like, they're in a good spot. They're rolling.
They had that slow start.
And that's the thing.
They really could have been. Because I thought they was going to be. I didn't
won the division
coming. Yeah, that too. But I had to battle. My prediction was it was going to come down to the Niners and Rams, not Niners and not Rams and Cardinals.
Right.
Cardinals actually came, but they didn't come out of nowhere. They made the offseason moves and stuff. But I thought highly of the Niners because of that run that y'all had a few years ago.
And it's most of that same squad.
Y'all stacking pieces, stacking pieces that y'all really didn't even need. Y'all even found a quarterback, like even within that. So yeah, the Niners is built very well. Line, Trent Williams is going to hold it down. All-Pro, Debo, first-team All-Pro. There's a couple All-Pros on that team with a lot of Pro Bowlers. So I think the Niners is going to come to play. They're definitely not scared. And even though they come from Cali, they're gold miners. They're in the mud.
Huge shout out to the homie John Lynch.
It's not sunshine like L.A.
All right.
San Fran's a little different. They do got that nice bridge, though. Y'all be thinking Warriors, nah, them Niners is
yeah. All right. Now this covers Niners Packers. What's next?
Go Buffalo, Kansas City.
Buffalo, KC. So I want to see. We did a little bit. I want to see 42-45. Did we get predictions on that? All right, I'll get mine on there. I don't think I wrote it down. I got Jared Bills over KC. Sunday night, Kansas City at Buffalo. One of the most exciting, and that's what we want, is 40-35.
Right? Yeah.
Ryan is taking Kansas City Chiefs. 35-30.
Wow, that's a little bit low scoring game.
And over under a total of 65.
Defense is too good for it to really be a shootout.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is. It's the number 1 D in the league. Literally.
Bills Mafia ain't for real. I don't trust
Chiefs
that.
can score on anyone at any point, man.
except for Cincinnati.
What was that score of? That was a high scoring game though.
42-21.
When they beat them in the regular season, and Josh Allen dove over the dude to get the first down. What was that?
I'll look it up. I'm taking Kansas City 35 over the Bills.
I'm trying to think. Was that a high scoring game or not? I can't remember.
Chiefs 12-5, 7-3 at home.
I can't trust Josh Allen, man.
Also,
that's one thing. I mean, I know him and Diggity's getting down still, but
that's like taking Rodgers. Like, you're gonna bet against Rodgers. You're gonna bet against Brady.
Also,
you're gonna bet against Mahomes.
I got my guy Diggs.
Andy Reid, the better coach.
Is he?
Bellamy, hands down.
I like
Sean
McDermott. He's nice. He's built the Bills have made the playoffs the last 4 to 5 years, and they've been building for this moment.
Dude, 1, 2.
I mean,
3, 4,
if Andy Reid ain't get Patrick Mahomes, will we be considering him this great guru?
But he did, like, he's the one who did that. Like, so yes, because he picked Patrick Mahomes. That was his doing. He
over Alex
all
Smith.
of that.
Take Alex Smith out and insert Patty
over
back.
Deshaun Watson. He picked Patrick Mahomes over Deshaun Watson intentionally. I give that to Andy Reid.
I still would have picked Deshaun.
Score?
Well, you got Buffalo, man, winning.
Yeah, I got Buffalo. I'm trying to think. Touchdowns. They just scored 47. 30, 35, 24.
Bills over Chiefs.
By 11.
Low balling the Chiefs, bruh.
I just think that highly of the Bills, their defense.
I like it. I gotta go KC. 42, probably about 28.
Okay. That Bills defense is going to be angry.
And that Chiefs defense ain't like that.
42-28? Yeah. Buffalo 28.
And I feel like if it's a 42 ball game, it should be like 42-38. It's going to be a shootout.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And Sunday night in KC.
You see how the Kansas City Chiefs put up that many points in the second quarter?
Dude,
against the Steelers.
They scored 3 touchdowns in the last 5:50.
That's true. But if they come out that slow against the Bills, they already murdered. The Steelers couldn't score. What could their first touchdown was who? TJ.
God, that was man.
So
that was ugly.
When the defense is holding it down like that, the offense got to produce. And if the Bills defense is holding it down like the Steelers defense did, which I believe the Bills defense is a smidge better than the Steelers defense.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen and them and that offense gets the job done to put points on the board. I don't think it's going to be a defensive battle in the beginning and then, whoa, where did all these points just come from? I don't think it's going to be that. They're going to have to come out scoring too, or the Bills is going to kill them.
Chiefs could be down 21 and they'd be fine.
Going to order a hit that night.
That's what you got to do. And at some point, the same way that Vontaze, no, I don't condone dirty playing, but at some point you got to have a player that's just going to go out there and put the mouthpiece in the ground, knock his mouthpiece out and put it in the dirt. So you're going to have to find number 15 and tell them, dude,
that's
15.
That's the way NFL works. Like, that's the way the game is played. That's the way competition works. Speaking of, hockey, man.
I ain't necessarily for that.
That's the NHL operates that way. You got your enforcer.
On Brett Favre.
You got to lay the man down.
I know, right. That's what the Saints did to my man Brett Favre, man. You see how that went. They don't need to necessarily go that route. Just,
But that's the reality of what happened.
Saints literally cheated to get to a Super Bowl.
Dude, it's so violent.
But you got to come out there and you got to send a message early because if you let that Kansas City offense start to roll, then it's going to be hard to catch up. And I just don't, like I said, I don't trust in Josh Allen enough for him to have to come from behind.
And you get that crowd going in Kansas City, like
you're not at home this time. You're not playing in New England.
And then it's going to be, and just as much as like Bills Mafia is behind the Bills and that defense, like doing this on the opposite side, you've got the Chiefs Nation, Chiefs Kingdom, like whatever. They're animal. They are fanatics. Patrick Mahomes is the dude. They're in love with Kelsey, like this trio and Reed. Like, they've got 3, 4, 5, 6 years of division titles in a row. Like, Arrowhead is going to be rocking
has been,
Sunday night. 6 in a row, man. Doesn't matter. Like,
that's kind of like, remember when they were saying about New England winning the AFC least?
Dude, still, like, credit where credit is due.
I give them credit this year because they literally started from 4 and went.
It'll be good, man. I'm excited.
Because this year the AFC West actually had 3. Well, no, they had 2 teams because of the Chargers.
Really good.
Man, it's Staley's fault.
It's a really good weekend, and I don't know which one you guys are highlighting for this weekend, but that KC Buffalo has to be up, top 1 too. So.
The 2 games I'm highlighting on both sides of the bracket is the Rams Bucks and the Bills Chiefs, because those are my Super Bowl picks. So either way it go, even if my picks of Bucks and Bills lose, if it's Rams and Chiefs that prevail, I mean, I still got them. I'm gonna have them guys going to the Super Bowl, and that's my. And then the Rams Chiefs matchup that we thought we was gonna get a few years ago, we might actually get now. But with no Jared Goff, and it might actually be a shootout. But we'll see. But I don't got the Rams going that far. But that's if that happens. So we'll see.
All right. I like it.
I want to do quick ballers from the wild card weekend.
Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, who was your baller?
No, I saw my pick in, but it ain't got the stats and stuff on it because I ain't get to complete it. Straight up. But my baller was Mike Edwards, safety of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had 9 tackles, and he had the big interception kind of sealed the game. So that when Jalen Hurts and them was kind of marching, my guy stepped in, got the pick.
Gotcha.
Toe tap in the end zone, which that's the actual picture I chose to
come on now
edit. But yeah, I'm going with Mike Edwards, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's my baller of the week.
All right, I will grab that. I'm grabbing that now.
It's not.
Come on, Mike Edwards. I like it. I did like that Tom Brady coming back in the game week 18. Throw one play, one catch to Gronk, dude.
He had to get it for his boy, man.
Looking out.
That's how we gonna get to Cabo. That's how we go into Hawaii. That's the extra spending money. Gronk, once he gets his cash, he goes wild.
You said that last year, Byron.
What
I
Byron
can't keep
say?
giving you the quotes you've been giving me for the past few years and expect you to believe it now until it happens. You literally said it'd be a State Farm Super Bowl last year. I promise you. You said it to me. That's how I know. I can't. The Packers.
The State Farm Super Bowl. I like that.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be nice
dumb.
and dandy. I thought we'd get a no. Just like we never got the state. Nah, man. Nah. I was about to say in basketball, we never got the Chris Paul Steph, but Steph really didn't go State Farm route, even though he was on that one commercial. But no, man.
State Farm Bowl.
Your Packers is gonna flop again because
boom, there we go, Mike Edwards.
Yeah, no stats, but that is the
no
pick
stat.
that he got. Devontae Smith tried.
They shut Devontae down.
No, I think that's on Sirianni.
Okay.
Whoever calls, they didn't try to get on the ball until the 3rd, 4th quarter. Until they started actually scoring towards the end, is when they start trying to get my mans the ball. They should have been trying to get him in a game plan. Number one, they keep depending on Jalen Reagor, which we all know Jalen Reagor is a bad choice, because they picked Reagor over Jefferson. Thank you. But, Devontae Smith is that guy. Now, I know Jamar Chase received a lot of
I think
wide
Smith,
receiver, no pun intended, but he received a lot of the headlines. But Devontae Smith, he also broke the rookie record, Deshaun Jackson's rookie record. Devontae Smith been balling with that big old arm brace. They should have let him ball out. Now, they was going to lose either way, but you got to have your best player in a game plan. They didn't have him evolve into the end. But yeah, that's my ball of the week. 9 tackles, a big interception, and I think he had 1 tackle for the loss.
All right.
Mike Edwards, safety of the
Let's see. Will we got
reigning
yours?
champs, eventually back-to-back champs, first back-to-back champs since the Patriots.
Let's see. Excuse me. I threw up mine was Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I had him week 18. No, I had Jimmy G week 18, second half comeback against the Rams. Josh Allen balled out, wild card, perfect offensive.
My
first
baller for week
offensive
18
game ever.
been Debo because, Jimmy G woke up in the second half, but Debo balled that whole game.
He did.
He did. That boy, man, probably my second favorite receiver right now.
See, Will, you got one?
I didn't want to go with the homer pick, but I was kind of my hand was forced. I had to go with the homie Joe B.
You wanted to go with the guy you didn't want to believe, that you don't believe in, right? Josh Allen.
No, 24 for 34, not having to do too much, putting the ball in his hands. It's a safe bet. 110.4 is a QBR, so that's not a bad day at all. 244 yards and 2 TDs. They just got to continue to keep rolling and continue to do what they've been doing. That offense is hot. Everybody likes what's going on in Cincinnati. It's an exciting team, the fastest show on turf since the fastest show on turf. So, comeback player of the year, rookie of the year.
Oh, let me see if I can find. Yeah, he was voted.
Hey, now think about it. Even if Joe Burrow would have played the full season last year, even he probably would have robbed my guy Jefferson too. Because I don't think Herbert probably wouldn't have gone it. It probably would have been Burrow.
Yep.
That would have been interesting to see the battle. We did get to see. Oh yeah, Herbert didn't show up that game. Stupid Staley.
All right, we
the
covered
Ballers. Cape. We caping for any of these playoff teams? I know who I'm putting my cape on for.
All right, who?
It ain't this team. That's for sure. Eric Bieniemy. I am caping for Eric Bieniemy.
The coaching selection committee for Minnesota to make the right pick.
Yeah. No, see, I love the Wolves. They
Buffalo to win.
They already. I like Dayball too. Both offensive coordinators for that game could possibly be my head coach. But I'm putting on my cape for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I know the Rams is for real. And even though I do got the Bucks winning by 11, but it's gonna take extra little touchdown by a GOAT to get that separation. But I got my cape for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially that defense, the running defense. But I think Levante David and Devin White and them boys will be ready. Shaq Barrett, Ndamukong Suh.
Same defense as last year that won him a Super Bowl, man. I mean,
so
ain't no slouch.
I think they ready. But I'm putting on my cape for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Like it. Willie, who you got?
It goes without even being said, man. I got to do what I got to do.
Yep.
Your cape is on the table.
But you taking one guy? You taking the Bengals or mixing or the defense or you got a specific
I'm
part?
I'm gonna put it on
Zach Taylor.
That sounded like I think I can roll with you for Zach Taylor. Make the right calls at the right time. Put the ball and make let the players make the plays. Put them in position to make the right plays at the right time. Don't get under any type of pressure of the time clock or the referees. Don't allow them to make any mistakes as the players. So don't get on his high horse. Shut down Henry. Shut down Tannehill.
Keep it simple.
So keep it simple and let's come back with another dub.
Just kind of don't try to do too much. Zach Taylor's still kind of young, but he's got a ton of experience. Coach those things just put his players in a good position to make plays. I like that. I believe
it goes
that,
KISS. That's the acronym of what they use. Keep it simple. Stupid. I don't want to call Mr. Taylor stupid, but just do what we got to do.
Former Nebraska Husker Zach Taylor, mind you. And you know what it is. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Better cape up. And if Bosa's playing, he better get to Aaron Rodgers and cause that man some trouble. I don't know who I'd cape. Yeah, maybe the defense. The defense is going to have to step up. Aaron Rodgers can get it done. Just don't make mistakes, Jimmy. I'm going to put it on the defense. Defense wins championships. Emmanuel Mosley's got his hands full. Jimmy Ward, Jaquiski Tartt, all those boys. Fred Warner. Nick Bosa's in there. He needs to make some things happen. Fred Warner's a boss. So I'm going to put it on that Niners defense to shut Aaron Rodgers down, roll in the Lambeau, and own it. Dude, man, Patrick Willis. Patrick Willis is like one of my all-time faves.
Right. Well, that was a different beast. The Niners have had some. Man.
Shout out to my guy Morton Hanks.
And Martin Hanks, the noodle neck. And man, Navarro Bowman, career cut a little bit short. That tough knee injury. But when Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman were back there, 52 and 53.
Oh yeah.
Yikes, man! They were.
I think I had a nice little outside backer too.
Loved it. Couldn't remember them. All right, there's our capes for the week.
Yep.
Let's take a little bit of break. We've been running our mouths for like an hour. Send you folks to a commercial.
Probably come back with a little bit of basketball.
Yeah, we'll come back with hoops for sure. All right, we back.
It's golf season in Central Ohio. The Recreation and Parks Department of Columbus operates and maintains 6 affordable courses to test golfers of all abilities. Wilson Road, the Airport Course, Mintel Memorial, Turnberry, Raymond Memorial, and Champions Golf Course. Each municipal course is open to the public, affordable, and offers a unique golfing experience. Want to test your swing at each course? Try the City Sampler or the City Sampler Plus package. These package deals are an even cheaper way to play all 6 city courses. Restrictions apply to tee time availability. Visit crpdgolf.com for more information. Listen up, Columbus. There's a new classic rock station in town. 97.5 The Bear is coming to you from Upper Arlington. Your source for classic rock all the time. All the time. We hear those other stations in town do a lot of talking and not enough rocking. You're here for rock radio, not talk radio. Tune in to 97.5 The Bear. At 97.1 The Fan, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and after a year of lockdown, we can't wait to get back outside and onto the golf course. Sunshine and needing permission to golf means that Mother's Day is just around the corner. We believe it's incredibly important to show our gratitude and appreciation to the ones we love. So tell us about the woman in your life who held your family together during the pandemic. Go to diamondseller.com, click the Get Out and Shine contest link, and tell us why she matters most for your chance to win. The winner selected will get to design their own handcrafted Diamond Seller Mother's Day pendant. A once-in-a-lifetime global pandemic means a once-in-a-lifetime giveaway for a once-in-a-lifetime woman.
You're the real MVP.
While you're on our website, browse our beautiful selection of designer earrings, necklaces, and jewelry in our easy-to-use online gallery. And if you are ready to get outside, book an in-store appointment at one of our exclusive Diamond Seller locations and let us cater to every detail. When it's finally time to get back out in public, make sure she outshines the rest. Howdy folks, Big Mike here at Mike Howard Ford Lincoln Mercury. We've been your neighbors for quite a long time, so you know me, and you know why they call me Big Mike. For over 50 years, I've owned and operated the biggest American-made car dealership in Ohio. Our 16,000 square foot showroom is the largest indoor showroom in the Midwest. We have the largest selection of Ford F-150s, that's America's best-selling truck, and most importantly, we have the biggest sale of the year. The Mike Howard Ford Lincoln Mercury annual Memorial Day sale is the best time of year to buy a new car, truck, or wagon. We offer 0% interest and 0 cash down at signing with low monthly payments when financed through our finance department. And for our veterans, we are offering a $2,000 rebate on the purchase of a new vehicle. This Memorial Day, you can't find lower prices than Mike Howard Ford Lincoln Mercury. So come on down to any of our locations in Athens, Cleveland, or Columbus. I'm Big Mike Howard. I'll see you Memorial Day.
And we're back, fam. What's good?
Hey,
All
yeah.
right. Hang on, let me drop the... Let me update this, Will, and we'll get you rolling. Will, give me the rundown of what we're doing since we don't have our weekly Will Awards top 10.
So it's not going to be a top 10. It's the grade 8, the best
There you go.
NFL players that's remaining right now. So, of course, we're going to go in alphabetical order. A little bit of alphabetical order, but you got the Bengals still, the Bills, Buccaneers, the Chiefs, Niner gang, Packers, Rams, and Titans are the remaining teams in the NFL playoffs. As we all know, we just went over the entire predictions that we just had. But I'm going to just go real quick. Not going to be too long-winded. I got the Titans at number 8 because I believe these boys are going to take care of business. Titans should be bounced up out. Don't trust in their quarterback, Mr. Tannehill. Running back is going to be the key to their victory, whoever may be in a running back.
It's going to be key to y'all's victory, too, though.
True that.
I think they need to get Mixon involved for sure.
Yeah.
But a good run game always sets up a good pass game. So
Yeah.
I believe the Titans going to get knocked off. Next, I got at 7, I got the 49ers. They're strong. They're
But how
talented.
dare you.
But once again, it's the quarterback that I do not trust. I always have to go with the quarterback. That's the leader of the team. And just because I don't believe in your boy Jimmy G, you're going to have to hand it off to
Eli.
Debo, Elijah Mitchell. It's kind of, you stack that box. At 6, even though that Mafia did step up, once again, it's that quarterback in Josh Allen. Who knows what you're going to get week to week, man.
So where you got the Bengals?
We rolling, man. I'm still rolling.
Still rolling.
Still rolling.
Oh, yeah.
You see them down there, man. Don't cheat. Don't cheat off the test. I was studying off the test with the guy next to me like that. I've been studying all week and you trying to look off my
Man, what's
notes.
your top 8 look like? Let me see.
Yeah. At number 5, I got Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can't really knock the GOAT until the GOAT is knocked out. So they are a little bit more down.
That's a valid
where
point.
you get into the, a little bit better of the elite quarterbacks. Number 4, even though I don't trust this quarterback either, that defense is phenomenal. Matthew Stafford and his team, I got the Rams right there at 4. Who else at number 3 except for the team that I do represent, 513 boys? Gonna keep rolling, trusting yourselves, believe in yourselves, because don't nobody else believe in you. So at number 2, I do got the Kansas
whole
City
Ohio
Chiefs.
believe.
That's
maybe,
debatable.
Dude,
maybe not up north.
But
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people that believe in the Bengals.
It's a lot more people that's been rooting for him and saying, hey, it's good to see him in the playoffs.
Yep.
How far can they go? Nobody knows, but
AFC
believe.
Championship game is how far they will go.
That beat on just stand for Bengals is right now standing for believe. And Barack Hussein Obama taught us to believe, so we can believe. But hey, that's the only people I say got to believe in yourself. And number 2, I got the Chiefs. That offense is prolific. It's gadget, it's gimmick, it's motion, it's dive, it's no-look passes. It's everything you need. Sometimes it can't be stopped, but we're going to see what happens with them in the Bill Mafia. And number 1, I couldn't change it up just because it's a new week. I felt like I should keep it right there. Yep. Like I said, the only way that they can lose is if Kelsey, but if Kittle gets out on a nice little streak on him, but still rolling with Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. That's it right there.
I've been saying the same thing on this show for, 8-9 weeks, is that the pack is for real. That defense is good. They're serious. They've been the best team in the NFL for weeks now. But any given week, that's the beauty of it. Anyone can come in and win. But they good.
If I don't got nobody else to believe in this list, Byron Jones, I'm pretty sure. Or Johnson. Mr. Johnson, I'm pretty sure you believing in this list.
All right.
You got
so just to debate you a little bit, I got Titans 8, I agree with you. Niners 7, I agree with you. And from there, yeah, we definitely don't agree. Bengals at 6, they're fresh, they're puppies. Even how good that quarterback could possibly be, he's still young. Bills, they've been there. 5 though. I like the Rams at 4. I like the Rams at 4. Not because of Stafford. I like Coach McVay. I like the running game, and I definitely like the defense. Big Jalen Ramsey fan. Aaron Donald, I just watched him choke a man. Aaron Donald is still smart enough to keep his helmet on. Everybody knows if you get into a scuffle on the football field, you never take your helmet off. Dude took it. Raking his eyes, all type. Aaron Donald. He ain't no garden tool, I should say. Or a dog. Whatever you want to call him. But, hey, he is a beast. I'll give you that. All right, but that's at 4. At 3, the AFC top dog, I'm going to give it to the Chiefs. And at 2, I'm going to pick the Pack at 2 just because the Pack, they are the 1 seed and they look good. And I'm going to go at 1, the Bucks. They are the defending champs. So until they're knocked off, they deserve that respect. So 1, the Bucks. Nobody got more experience. You could add everybody else's rings together, and they still don't got enough as Tom Brady. So I'm gonna go with Tom Brady at 1, and that team, the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay. All right. Cool. Got it.
Yep.
That's the big.
8 remaining, 8 good teams. We'll see how right we are with our predictions. We got our capes in. There's our
5
rankings. It's ball time.
6.
Huh?
We'll see. 7. Well, they are 8 good teams. I agree to that.
All right.
Bowling.
All right, enough of football. It's NBA action. We missed levels the last week we were here.
I believe the Bulls have been missing since then too. So, but pretty sure Jared's going to cover that.
He is going to cover that. Taking shots already, bro.
Hey man, I'm back for basketball now. Football season is finally coming to an end, so I got shots. Just the same way the Lakers, hey, they still 500. No matter how much you want to dive them, they still at 500 right now. So, still in the play-in game though. So,
Lakers are at 500 because of the win last night.
Sorry if we froze there for you, fans.
I had to double check. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're at 500 because of that win last night, but
against Utah,
yeah.
All right, gang.
I don't
quality win. It won OKC. They lose to OKC. We know.
I mean, okay. I guess Utah can somewhat be considered a quality win, but they still haven't beaten the top 3 teams in the NFC in the West yet, and that's the Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies. Well, I guess they kind of did beat Grizzlies. Did that first game when John missed his free throws, but whatever. We get there. Lay it down. Lay it down.
Levels.
Lay it down.
Cavs fan, listen up. See where you got them at.
Oh, Cavs fans, you're still in
There
the
it
same
goes.
spot. This is the new levels?
Yes, sir.
Is it the new levels?
Oh, that's still.
No, that is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Look at my guy. See, you're awesome.
On it.
All right, so we already know.
Quick fingers.
Start
Quick
at the
Ryan's,
bottom, but we
Ryan's
ain't gonna
fingers
stay
are
at the
quick.
bottom. Yeah, Ryan's fingers. Follow Ryan's fingers on That's Debatable, and you can follow Ryan's fingers on social media.
That's right.
Literally. All right, some quick little plug.
Thanks, bro.
But, we ain't going to work on the ground level, even though it takes the ground level to build up. That's why we starting there, but we ain't going to stay at the ground level. So this is the lay it down tier, as usual. Pretty much the same suspects. Some teams has been fluctuating between lay it down and still have hope. So they can either go to sleep or they can pray before they go to sleep. Either way, you see what I did there? Hey, that stuff be off the top.
It's on fire.
I promise.
On fire today, boy.
Hey,
boy,
man.
good.
Hey, but anyway, they've been fluctuating, but pretty much it's the same faces here. The Pelicans is trying to get up out of there. They're at the top, so it does go from left to right. So the worst team in the level is the Magic, and the best team in that level, technically record-wise, is the Pelicans, and that's without Zion Overweight Williamson. But he might be in New York. They already got two of them dookies. Now I'm pretty sure this offseason they're gonna try to work on to get that third dookie.
Who? Pelicans or
Nah, the Knicks. The Knicks they just traded for Cam Reddish. I want to say last week. Yeah, they already
to
drafted.
pair him with Barrett?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
I had
they big three.
I had that backwards.
Yeah,
they went to New York.
Yeah, they went. Yeah, but Barrett got drafted there. So Barrett got drafted there.
Right.
Yeah.
Reddish went. He
Yeah, they
was
just-
with the
yeah, the
Hawks,
Knicks
right?
just- yeah, the Knicks-
All right. I had that flipped. I had him going from the Knicks to Atlanta. I must have just read it wrong because I said
to the
we were
Knicks.
talking
Yeah,
about that in the chat.
Yeah, so the Knicks, I feel like Cam Reddish does need a different spot because it's hard for him to get PT there because they got some nice little forwards and DeAndre Hunter is healthy, so it's going to be hard to get on. So right there in New York, it's a lot going on, but I'm pretty sure that's for a Zion move later down the line, but we will see. But we ain't even at the Knicks yet. But the Knicks, they still got hope. Barely. But yeah, Pelicans might as well lay it down and trade Zion. B.I. gonna do his thing, but B.I. ain't enough. Detroit, they're not laying it down. They already laid it down. That's why they just, they're still at the bottom. Same thing with Houston. Young Bulls, number 1, number 2 picks. Even with the Magic, got the 4th pick last year. So they all young. OKC young. They do. OKC they're not necessarily laying it down, but they're at the bottom tier, and that's what it's called.
Not enough talent, a young team, and just can't make enough moves to make any progress. Is that it?
There
Boom.
you go.
Cool.
The team that's actually in this tier that there's 2 teams that need to actually lay it down, and that's the Pelicans. Go ahead. Go ahead and trade Zion Williamson, and the Pacers. It's a fire sale in Indy. It's all good. You threw it like Jimmy G.
There you go. Jamar Chase with the hands.
Right.
Hang on. Pelicans need. So if the Pelicans you think they need to lay it down and move Zion, or if they lay it down, then they've got NBA lottery pick. Do they get a lottery pick to pair with Zion for next year?
I mean, that's what sounds good. But the thing about moving Zion is Zion don't want to be there.
Okay.
And I
wasn't
think
aware of that.
He don't want to be there so much that he's literally eating his way off the court.
Really?
I ain't trying to be funny.
But is it like
setbacks with injuries of his foot and all that other good stuff? But we all know the major rumors or the major thing is he's overweight. So he's overweight and he just keep getting bigger or something. I guess that's why I keep getting pushed back.
This New Orleans man, all that Cajun Creole food, it'd be hard to not put on some
from
pounds.
the East Coast. He kind of a poor kid, whatever. Not necessarily poor, but he in a whole different category now.
He's a whole, yep. All right.
Buffets.
And maybe that too, young superstar, a little bit of transition to the celebrity, but all right, so Zion maybe
Well, no,
wants
he might
out
have been a
into
celeb since high school.
for sure. But
yeah.
He's still young enough. NBA level money is a whole nother access tool. All right.
But yeah, and of course it's a fire sale in Indy. Trade deadline's coming up, less than a month. We'll see how many of the players is there. Hopefully Sabonis is wearing the Bulls jersey because clearly my Bulls need it. And not Miles Turner. But Miles Turner's going to be up out of there. I guarantee that look for Miles Turner, look for Sabonis, LeVert, Brogdon.
These would be all Indiana Pacers on the block?
Yeah.
Damn.
Fire sale.
It's
He's
fire
been saying
sale.
fire sale for probably about 2 or 3 weeks now,
Yeah.
4 weeks, long
They're-
time.
Like, all of their players' names have been in trade rumors, and then plus Indy has came out with the fact that no, we're open for trade if it happens. So it's a fire sale because it's a lot of teams that could use the pieces that's on that team.
Gotcha.
Every team, for some reason, the pieces can't gel together on that team. Well, because them pieces ain't enough
Gotcha.
to really create a real powerhouse.
All right.
But a player like Sabonis could help out the Warriors, who's too small. Could help out the Bulls, who's too small. He could even, I'm just trying to think of some other teams that could possibly make that trade. Sabonis could help out the Hawks.
I gotcha.
He could help out Boston. Like, it's stuff like that. Miles Turner could help out.
How about with some of those teams in grind time, you can talk about maybe some Pacers that they want.
Yeah, when we get there. So you're right.
Yep.
Still have hope. The Knicks still got hope. They are. Where'd it go?
And I was just gonna say from your last list, what am I got here? You move Portland up.
Portland has moved
and you
up.
move the
Boston
Spurs
has moved
up.
down. I want to say 2 notches. No, Boston has moved down. Minnesota has moved back down. Like I said, Portland has moved up. Everybody else who's in lay it down is still there outside of Portland, moving back up. But
yeah, you just moved Portland and the Spurs up, and to still have hope because they've been playing well.
actually,
maybe
you know what?
maybe
the
need
Spurs is
some-
the one team that's left off here. And now that I think about it, you just brought the Spurs up. The Spurs actually left off the thing because they're forgotten about. So they laid it down too.
Gotcha. We got our own new category. It's called San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, you're right. Nah, San Antonio ain't nothing hired at all. Nah, because it's not even written down right here. I knew it was a team I was forgetting. I counted 29 yesterday.
You're
not
good,
30.
bro.
But it was
right.
late. I was sleeping. But anyway, yeah. So Knicks, Celtics has moved down from grind time. Yeah, it's about time. They almost need to lay it down too. Jaylen Brown might not be wearing that green jersey for another month. He might be out of there.
Really?
I'm seeing Jaylen Brown rumors for Ben Simmons. I'm seeing just Jaylen Brown trade rumors in general. So. Yeah, I'm pretty
And
sure
that's that's a big name, big superstar.
Or
Move
if
out
they
of
could
Boston.
get some pieces to figure out how to, if they don't really got much for sale besides Jaylen Brown. Though.
So it's Boston.
Unless they still hold it
Boston's
on
got to
all
have a
draft
good
picks.
basketball team for NBA is always better when
They're
Boston's
back below
good.
500. Yeah, that's what they definitely. That's why I had to drop them back down. Back
All right.
below. Actually, no, that with that win yesterday on Martin Luther King Day, they're actually 23-22. But
That's not where Boston Celtics want to be.
No,
500.
they're not at all. So who else is in here? Portland did move up. Now Portland is 6. That's because this is so far out. But they're 4-6. But I think I made a note of what seed they're at. Don't you got that on here?
Yeah, I got your standings over there.
Yeah, you do. Thank you, buddy.
Portland 10th. Yeah.
Portland is 10th, so they're in still have hope because they're in play-in territory.
Yep.
That's the only reason why. Record-wise, they should lay it down. Lay it down meaning go ahead and trade Dame. That's what I mean. Or figure out how to trade CJ to help Dame. But either way it goes, they should trade Dame to get Dame in a better situation and just start from scratch. But
Gotcha.
where they're at, that's why they're there. Who else? Kings. Kings is one of the teams that keeps fluctuating between lay it down and still have hope. They probably about to be laying it down anyway. And I'm seeing a lot of teams is interested in De'Aaron Fox right now. I just wonder who's able to make that move. Now I can't really
De'Aaron Fox with the Kings.
Yeah, he's plays for the Kings.
Right.
He's
his
in
whole career, right?
Yeah, but it's only like the fourth year,
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's pretty young.
Yeah, but he did re-sign up, so he's on the max deal right now. So
I got a question for you from Brian Wade out there. If you're still there, Brian. Pacers have said they want a promising young talent and a first rounder for Turner. Is that fair?
It just define what is a promising young talent.
Well,
meaning
who would you consider
Like,
a promising young talent?
With the places that I see Miles Turner, he said the Lakers really, they can offer, they don't really got much to offer for Miles Turner, but Miles Turner would definitely help them. A stretch 5 who plays defense, but he kind of makes bonehead plays. But we'll see. Miles Turner, I don't know. It's fair because you should still try to get back as much as you can get. He is a former All-Star, but I think that if they want a good young talent, that's where the Sabonis deal comes in, and they could get more for a Sabonis and pair somebody with. But they also got Malcolm Brogdon that they could get rid of. I don't think that they're gonna get some real promising.
And that's the other thing, promising, like,
Miles
sounds to me
Turner.
kind of like some Major League Baseball. Like, we've got all these pitchers in development leagues. Like,
yeah,
it's always, it's hard to hit on promising young prospects, but that's what makes good GMs and coaches and stuff is finding that talent.
Teams, they not. I don't because the teams that will possibly make these trades for the players in Indy is the teams that's contending for the playoffs or a championship. So I don't know if they really get a young, promising player to even back to help them out, unless they just trade him to another team like the Magic or something.
All right.
I just threw that out there. But like Boston, I mean, they're not necessarily. I wouldn't trade Jaylen Brown for Miles Turner. No
way.
But Miles Turner, I would trade Marcus Smart maybe. But that's the heart and soul of their team too. Yep. I don't know.
All right. Okay.
I can see Miles Turner in Boston, but for a promising young talent, no.
It's hard to find. All right. Anyway, moving on. You got a little bit of have hope. You want to jump it up?
Oh yeah,
next.
Clippers. Clippers did just get a win, ended their nice little streak. Who else? Atlanta is that little. Like I said, they had that little
Atlanta
magic.
been struggling.
They had that fairy dust. They did beat Giannis to them yesterday, but it was also without Drew Holiday. So, and the Bucks are 8-2 with their big three this year. And they're like somewhat of a mediocre team without all three people together for some reason. But yeah, so the Bucks blew a big game yesterday, and the Hawks ended a 12-game losing streak at home. But the Hawks is only 2-8 in their last 10, and they're 17-25. So they're going to be and still have hope for a while. I can see that now. They're not going to be moving up to don't sleep for a while now. Unless they go on a nice little 10-game streak, which
can happen
as
in
of now.
streaks. So
now, and they also got some pieces that Sabonis could help them out. Miles Turner could help them out. Now maybe they could do. Now I know they're trying to get rid of John Collins because that's really their big trade piece that they could get. But we'll see.
The Hawks,
So we'll see what the Hawks could do. I know they're going to try to make some moves to fit because they feel like they really belonged in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. When most people know that the Sixers blew it, but you gotta. It is what it is. But yeah, Clippers. What did I just see? Oh yeah, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George was just partying at the Rams game last night. So it's good to see. We should be seeing Kawhi real soon.
It's a thing to do in LA.
Paul George had a setback in his thing, so they're gonna push his time back. The Clippers just trying to, they're right now they're at the 8th seed, but they're 22-23. So.
Without their stars, so they've been hanging around. They get their stars back, ready to roll.
Yep. So that's why they still have hope because they really got something to look forward to. Both of their superstar players.
There's a lot of season left.
Yeah, a lot of season left. They just got to keep don't lose to the team. They can't lose to the teams that's below them right now. Yeah,
all
right. The Raptors I don't know how the Raptors is winning, but they're 7-3 in their last 10. 21-20, but they doing their thing, man. Siakam and Fred VanVleet must be balling over there. And Minnesota fell back down to the pack.
Cool. Let's move it on.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep on them.
Yes, Cavs fans. It is a team that's not in don't sleep anymore, but we're not there yet. And it's not the Cavs. I do like the Cavs, but right now the Cavs is the best team in this tier, so I will give you that. And that's the best I can give you.
The Cavs are the best team in this tier. And you got 76ers, Mavs, Nuggets. You got some good teams in there. You got some. To me, off the cuff, it looks like you've got a handful of teams with like superstar players and probably not much around them. Is that kind of right? Charlotte, LaMelo, Mavs, Luka, Nuggets, Jokic. But I mean, generally speaking, like
they do got
is what I'm seeing off the cuff.
The Hornets themselves actually fit the category of don't sleep. Just don't sleep on the Hornets, because if you go in there and sleeping on the Hornets, LaMelo gonna have a show and Bridges is gonna dunk on somebody. So they're literally the definition of don't sleep. Remember when I was saying earlier in the season,
kid's a lot of fun to watch.
Some of these teams in this category, it's not that you don't need to sleep on them; they need to wake the fuck up. Lakers, Denver, Philly kind of woke up, but Embiid looking like an MVP.
Yep.
Now with KD out the way,
Embiid I think is like 28 a game, third leading scorer in the league, something like that. 27.5.
He's been balling. He got them a dub yesterday. So with the Sixers are 7-8-2 in their last 10, and they're 25-18, and right now the Sixers is actually 6 in the East. So now the last time I did this, Sixers was kind of looking a little sluggish, but I think Embiid had some little knick-knack and injuries. Now that team still need to figure out how to get Dame. I'm seeing rumors about James Harden willing to relocate, and is willing to relocate to Philly. Why didn't you just trade yourself to Philly to begin with.
You've been saying Dame to Philly for a while.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people got that idea, Dame to Philly. But
when's the
trade deadline? Is usually
Day?
after Valentine's Day. Usually sometime like that Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, somewhere in the middle of that week after Valentine's.
24
Day.
and
Definitely
20.
the week after.
We're about halfway through the
All-Star.
season.
Yeah, definitely.
Just over half.
Just over halfway, because I think last week was the 41 game mark, which is literally halfway. So yeah.
All right.
So of course Philly need to move up, and of course the Cavs did get a big one yesterday against Brooklyn. A lot of the
Really?
I even had some Cavs fans hitting me up. Cavs fans, if you're still out there, I had some Cavs fans hitting me up. Look, did you see the Cavs? Did you see the Cavs? I mean, being Brooklyn is cool and all. So we'll see what that win did to Brooklyn. We'll see what that win did. That win did more damage to Brooklyn than benefiting the Cavs, because if the Cavs would have did that with Kevin Durant on the court, my asterisk, if they would have did that with Kevin Durant on the court, that would have been strong enough to get
So
him
you're saying it's more of a Brooklyn loss than a Cleveland win?
Yeah. Brooklyn, no.
Nicely broken down there, Ryan.
In a way, yeah, but nah, the Cavs took that win. They finished that game. Darius Garland is a baller. I'm a big Darius Garland fan. Now that he finally got a team around, he got the team around him that Kyrie wished he had prior to LeBron. Of course.
I don't know if I've heard Darius Garland's name before now.
Yeah, see, you ain't talked to me enough, buddy.
I know.
I would have put you on.
That's why we're here.
Because Colin Sexton get a lot of the headlines. See, Colin Sexton for the second year is hurt again, and this time,
how long is he hurt? Do you know?
It might be season ending.
That's kind of what I've
read for a while. Yeah, I think it's ACL. But not Darius Garland's for real, and he's kind of their new version of what they thought Kyrie would be for the Cavaliers. So I like Garland. Garland is huge, they did a lot of moves. They got a real big team, and they might possibly have the Rookie of the Year over there. So the Cavs do got a lot going forward for them.
Who's the Rookie of the Year?
Evan Mobley. But I still need to see that statement win. The team, they caught the Bucks without Giannis. They caught the Nets without KD. And the last time they beat my Bulls, they caught us without either DeMar or Zach, or they caught us without both of them. Somebody caught COVID. And then we got the Cavs coming up on Wednesday. Somebody already tried to offer me a bet. I ain't willing to take that bet because we down Lonzo, Caruso, of course Zach LaVine. It's Derrick Jones Jr. and we missing a fifth player. We missing key players in our rotation right now. I like the fact that we 11 games over 500, but right now us looking like we gonna hold down that 1 seed right now is looking a little suspect. Can DeMar get it done? The Bulls is on a 4-game losing streak, but we're not there yet. I only brought that up because that's the Cavs' next game.
Colin Sexton underwent knee surgery back in November, back at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for ACL though. ACL, MCL, something like that. He tore one of them things. So yeah, but
meniscus tear, MCL.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Sexton was like their big scorer, but Garland is more of a score playmaker,
facilitator.
Yeah, facilitate, but he can score.
February 10th is our trade deadline. Thank you, Byron.
Yep, February 10th trade.
Down go the Packers.
And like I said, the Cavs is 7-3 in their last 10. 27-18, and they're actually fourth in the East. But being fourth in the East right now don't mean that you get to move up a level. Sorry, but they are the best team in this tier. But Philly is coming, and Philly got the best player in this entire tier. Unless you want to say, Luka, Jokic, LeBron. But LeBron plays 5, but I guarantee LeBron won't play 5 that night.
Okay.
I didn't even want to touch on the Lakers. The Lakers did get their win. Worst team in the tier by far, but that's not because they're the worst team. It's just they're the most disappointing.
Like it.
It is what it is. I ain't going to touch on them too much. They got the win last night. They got the King apologizing to the fans. I'm sorry, we haven't been playing well. We know he wants his sympathy.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, man. Hey, it takes a real man to admit certain things.
Hey, but the irony of look who's at the bottom of this tier and look who's at the top of this tier.
Right.
Yeah.
Look who's at the bottom of the tier and look who's at the top.
It's still not even the halfway point of the season yet.
We're past halfway.
Just a little bit, Pat.
Yeah,
We're literally
close
but,
enough.
Like I said
but
before.
once MLK Day hit, it's on.
Dude, right.
I like to say
Christmas.
All-Star break.
Nah.
After All-Star break, that's when you got to turn it on.
Nah. Once MLK Day hit, new calendar year, halfway. MLK is halfway through the first month, and All-Star is literally 2 weeks away.
Yeah. All right.
So no,
Lakers
this is when
1-0.
I want to know.
After
MLK Day, right? It's the next half of the season.
Yeah, they want to know.
That's not what
I like it. They want to know so far.
7th in the East, 7th in the West, 22 and 22.
But
the
it's
Clippers
just like
one game
you
behind
can't count out LeBron, just like the QBs and GOATs and
that's
stuff.
debatable.
Is it finals every year of his career except for what, 2?
Not really. 3 of the 4 years of the Laker, he hasn't made it, and then he missed the playoffs a year.
AD's gonna come back too.
I like that.
Don't choke.
So recent history, LeBron's let the Lakers down for sure. So don't book it, is what you're saying. I like it.
I wouldn't have booked it.
You wouldn't book it anyway. All right,
I wouldn't booked it anyway.
We got to keep moving.
This ain't that, and obviously the East is the best conference now. The East that's right now never was LeBron's East when he went to the Heat.
You get that
I can guarantee you that it's literally
it was the Golden State.
Even though they
West.
all believe in the Bucks, but it's literally about. A lot of people believe in the Bucks, but you could go with about 3 teams out of this conference right now. You could never do that in the LeBron East.
All right, so some teams that need to grind it out. Hit me with them.
Time.
Heck, my phone about to die.
Grinding.
I'm gonna definitely have to get off the live feed and just go.
Got Miami.
We got grind time and
Bucks.
And just go.
Bulls, Bucks, Jazz, Nets,
All right.
Heat.
So grind time. It's an extra team in grind time right now. The Heat moved up because I think the Heat was in or I might have kept the Heat in grind time.
The Heat were in grind time. The Heat are still there. The Jazz are still there. The Bulls are still there, and the Bucks are still there. So
and
you
it's
added
a new team in grind time that I had to add that with them losing Kevin Durant for a month, 4 to 6 weeks approximately, I had to knock him down.
And Kyrie playing half of those games.
Yeah. And he still set on not. I mean, it's not even about that. Play the damn fine. All right, he ain't got to take the shot. Cool. We get it now. The first time's a warning. Second time is 1,000, up until the 5th time being 5,000, and there's no limit after that.
Right.
It literally stops at 5,000.
Just doesn't make any
I would just go ahead and pay the 5,000. Here you go. Feel me? Yeah, get him for the home games. But that's that.
Bucks,
So, but I had to move the Nets down. They've been they lost, and they're dang it, my phone is about to die. I didn't get to charge it. I hope you got your C charger. Do you got a C charger?
Good. Yeah.
All right, cool. Because I don't got no charger with me either to get the episode.
You're good.
But anyway, yeah. So I had to move the Nets down. They right now they are 3rd in the East. I moved the Bucks back up. I moved the Bucks over a couple notches though. Because I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for that win to finally put them back in the. We like that. I can't give them the same type of respect that I would give the Bucks and how I put the Bucks at 1, right? Like the Buccaneers, because I'm talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, I guess. So I can't give them that same respect because the Bucks is the most. Giannis isn't Tom, so Giannis still has previous playoff failures that I remember. Even though he did run the gauntlet last year, I'll give him that. But I got to see it twice, so I can't just give him that nod. And I need that win to put the Bucks in. We like that, and plus with the Bucks being 4th in the East right now. It's 5th in the East right now. It's hard to just put them we like that off of the strength of they're the defending champs. I can't do it. So they're just going to remain at the top of this until I see that win to let me know that they still here. But in the Bulls is right now still at the top with the Jazz losing last night. I kind of moved the Jazz a little bit over, but the Bulls still at the top of this tier right now because they're still at the top of the East. But like I said, they lost 4 straight. They really lost their best player, even though DeMar is getting MVP type hype. Zach LaVine is literally the best player on that team. And they lost him, and they not only lost LaVine for a while. Well, he's out indefinitely with a sprain, so it's not.
Yeah, it was less. But
it was just it was the ACL knee that he tore. So that's why they're gonna sit him out for a little bit.
They're hopeful that it wasn't as bad as first expected. So
yeah.
But
and I was literally in the beginning of the game. I didn't watch my Bulls get blown out twice last week on nationally televised games. Now the first time. Unfortunately, it was the teams that I somewhat, I like KD. KD went crazy in the 3rd quarter. I scored my Bulls. Steph and them went crazy that night. Blew us out. It is what it is.
Sign of Venus come.
Yeah. Or that's why we're gonna make some moves, and I like our front office, and we already in talks about getting moves. I just don't like the moves that they're trying to make. I'm seeing a lot more Jeremy Grant, and I'm seeing a lot more Miles Turner, and I'm not seeing enough Domantas Sabonis, because that's who I want. Domantas Sabonis is a legit player, and I like him. That 6'11" dude can play D, can shoot the ball, can score around the basket, can pass. He literally can do it all. and he's an all-star player. He would fit perfectly next to Vooch, DeMar, Levine, and Lonzo in that ball-moving system we got. Our bench is small, and we ain't got enough scores. So, of course, eventually the Bulls are either gonna come down or they might remain somewhere in the mix of Bucks, Nets, Miami in this Eastern Conference. Now, if you look, grind time is filled with Eastern Conference teams, and the Jazz is there because I don't believe in the Jazz.
Well, I mean, yeah, you've got the Bucks, Nets, Heat, all within 1.5 games.
Because we're on a 4-game losing streak. It was looking good last week when we had a little 4.5 game lead on everybody. Yeah, exactly. Now we done lost 4. Yeah, it was good about a week ago. Now we done lost Zach LaVine literally about a week ago. So I can't do it. And yeah, but the Bulls, waiting for the Bulls is waiting for the All-Star break, get back healthy, finish the season strong. Yep. And we'll see where they finish out. That's pretty much what everybody's doing, right? Especially now with the Nets losing KD and the Bucks ain't got Drew. And Miami, Bam came back and Jimmy came back, but Bam and Jimmy are both still always in and out of the lineup. So they just trying to get healthy to finish out the season. And Jazz lost last night. Win some, lose some. Can't win them all, right?
That's
Even
right.
if it is to the, that team in La La Land.
Lake Show, Mike Conley with 20.
Center.
Yeah, Utah lose by 6.
We can go ahead and do the we like that because it's only 2 teams that's looking like that. And honestly, the Warriors is on a nice little. They're 4-6 on their last 10, so they're not looking good. They on a 1-game losing streak. The Warriors, but they got such a strong record at 31-12, 3 games behind the Suns.
That's everybody in the. Just 3 games behind. I was looking at the East where they're all within about 4 or 5 games of the Bulls and Heat lead. But all right, continue, sir.
But yeah, so these are the only teams that's looking like that right now. And until the Bucks show me, I can't put the Bucks there. And of course, like I said, I'm knocked down the Nets to grind time because it's time to grind it out.
All right, brother. I got one question for you. Where does Ja Morant fall? Is he we like that?
Oh, time out. Go back to we like that.
He ain't in there.
I ain't put the Grizzlies.
Left them out. They grinding?
No, they was in grind time.
They're grinding.
See, it was late. I was sleeping.
No, you're good.
That's what I just. No, the Spurs.
Ja Morant pops up.
See, the Spurs was a joke, and I could get away with that joke. Now, dang, I'm looking at it right now. You're right.
Yep. You got no Memphis Grizzlies on
in between the Bulls and Bucks.
All right.
No, they were supposed to be in between the Bulls and the Bucks. That's my bad.
Cool.
Ja. No, I believe that's who moved up. The Grizzlies moved up to grind time.
Cool.
Yeah, the Grizzlies moved up to grind time. That's why they weren't in Don't Sleep anymore. It's because I was supposed to move them up. I forgot to put them in.
It's all good. High flying. Dude, Ja Morant is entertaining to watch. If you get a chance.
Most entertaining player in basketball, Derrick Rose 2.0, and the Grizzlies actually look like Bulls 2.0, except they gave Ja a little bit more help. So we'll see how the rest of the season ends. Nice. Last season, Ja missed Jaren Jackson Jr. a lot. He didn't come until the playoffs, and it was a quick little playoff run. Even though I kind of had them beating the Jazz last year, but they did beat the Warriors to get into the tournament, and they got into the tournament. Ja got the Memphis Grizzlies, I want to say 1 game, but the Grizzlies got the best record since December 1st. I want to say they're 18-5.
Damn.
Of course, the Grizzlies is on the Grizzlies is back on a 1-game win streak because they lost to Dallas on Saturday night, but the Grizzlies was on an 11-game streak.
Yeah, that's right. And I bet on them that night.
Yeah. It was. I didn't even realize.
But the Mavs were on like a 6-game win streak, and the Grizz were on like a 9-10.
To Don't Sleep.
God dang it.
And they're 9. The Mavs was. I didn't speak on the Mavs that much in that tier, but the Mavs is 9-1 in their last 10. Damn. So the Mavs been looking good. They're back healthy. We'll see. It's mid-season, so Luka he's almost played his way back in shape. He's still fat Luka, but that's still Luka the Don. What I try.
Dude, fat Luka the Don. They can just ball anybody out the gym at any point in time.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
He's like the Godfather, right?
Yeah.
Mafia Dons are always fat.
Yep. True that, brother. But
dope.
I created this debate on Facebook. I had some people go my way, other people go the other way. But I said, Ja Morant or Luka, who will you take? I said I'm picking Ja. If I want to build my team, I'm gonna pick Ja. Now I know Luka he's a part of he's like a son of the LeBron James system. So literally run everything through him, while Ja is a team that's a team system, and he's the star within that team system. Averaging his numbers is very replicable to Derrick Rose's MVP numbers, which some people say Derrick Rose shouldn't won MVP that year, but those people are LeBron fans, so I can't trust their word. But Ja Morant is looking special, so I created a little debate, Ja Morant and Luka. I went with Ja, but I like what the Grizzlies is doing. They're for real, but how for real? We just gonna have to see more of that. But they earn their way in the grind time, and my bad for getting them in that tier. So before I post this on the internet, I gotta add two teams to that.
Grizzlies, Spurs. Will, who's your NBA team? You got one?
I'm a LeBron guy. I'm a homer with Cleveland, so
understandable.
Between Cleveland, NBA it's almost WWE's like,
I got you.
I believe in it, but it's a little theatrical to me. So
I got you.
And who's more theatrical than your king?
How about as a dude, right? How about as a kid? When you're like 10, you on anybody like. As a youth, your sports fans kind of wavers.
MJ back growing up then,
right.
But
it's all Bengals.
A basketball guy. I couldn't dribble with my left hand, so I couldn't play basketball. So like I said, I just fell by the wayside. LeBron graduated 1 year before me, so I've been sticking with LeBron ever since then, and just been rolling with the homie.
That's something I always think about. It's like LeBron's 2 years older than me. Like, just nuts.
All right. He's not 2 years older than me. He's about 8. But what is he, 37? No, he's 9 years older than me.
But I do believe, like I said, NBA, that's when they really start playing. You look at college basketball, it's a lot different than how they play NBA.
Oh, man.
Once the
NBA
goes to All-Star game, he says Martin Luther King Day, I think that's when they really start to see the real, a little bit more of like the fundamentals.
You see defense. It's like NHL as well. I mean, NHL playoffs, like NHL regular season, points, speed, goals, style, gets it done, gets you wins. When it comes playoff time, man, it's hard hitting, slow it down, defense, ball up. I mean, it's, whole different game. As is most sports.
The weather has a big contribution to what football is. So, of course, you got to ground and pound it in that time. Because around playoff time, look outside right now.
Yep. Yeah. But the NHL, that's indoors.
Tampa, those great places that's warm.
Yep.
But my little basketball fandom, started. I mean, of course, I'm a Bulls fan now, and that's rooted for Michael Jordan because my grandpa was big on Mike. So I'm talking. My grandpa took me to go see Space Jam at least 5 times a year. It came
nice.
Out. So and on top of just watching whatever games with him, and it was a phase of once I got into like the 1,000. I was never a Kobe Laker guy. That's why I hated. I was anti-Laker way before LeBron ever got there. So those two becoming one just made everything. I
made it all
better. But it is what it is. But I was never that guy. So around that time, I was a T-Mac guy. I remember, second grade.
Man, I saw somebody wearing a pair of the old T-Mac 2s like a week ago. I was sitting in a meeting or something. It's just anyway.
That's a good shoe. They're underrated. But I want to say second grade. I wrote a letter to T-Mac, right? And it, as like we was doing some type of class assignment, wrote a letter to T-Mac. It actually came back. I still got the letter to this day.
Dude, sweet.
If I remember to go to my box, I might bring it in next week. So T-Mac was my guy, right?
Nice.
And then LeBron happened. Love LeBron. So when people tell me I'm a LeBron hater, look, I don't got my book.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't hate LeBron. My it's just
you got to distinguish between. You got to be careful of that. Like, don't liking the Lakers, liking a guy, that kind of thing.
I'm just going from the beginning to 2022. So like, I like the Cavs, but I wasn't really a Cavs guy ever. Yeah. I was never a Cavs guy until LeBron. So once LeBron started making his transitions into these other teams and doing his other moves, then Derrick Rose happened, and my natural love for the Chicago Bulls came back. Because, like I said, I was raised into a Bulls household. My grandma literally had this painting of her and MJ. Like, the MJ worship in my house was crazy. Cool. So, like, in my grandparents' house was crazy. So, like, that's where my MJ fandom comes from, which I could have... My girl picked both wrong jerseys today. She picked the Warren Moon jersey and the MJ jersey, but the MJ jersey is even bigger, so I didn't want to wear that. But yeah,
and that's as a kid, it's okay to move around your fandom a little bit. I mean, and that's how I've been with NBA.
I'm gonna be a bully now for the rest of my my time. Now,
Right.
of course, some people
Get
are going to
into
be
your
like,
team.
you like the Warriors.
Right.
You,
You
like
used to do that. Like, and you can
listen
root
here,
from different teams from
I don't-
season to season kind of thing.
I
Like,
cheered for the teams bought via player, just like the LeBron people.
that's what I was saying. Is
So,
like I've been kind
I
of
was
a player
Steph Curry
fan.
guy. I'm a Kevin Durant guy.
Right.
I like them. Now, Kevin Durant, and when Kevin Durant and Steph Curry merged, oh, yeah, I loved it. Now, my brother's an actual Warriors fan because of Baron Davis, so, and I also like that too. But anyway, yeah, so, but I'm a bully for forever. But, you know, I like Kevin. I got the young guys coming up. I got to figure out, after these guys, not just LeBron, but after Kevin, Steph, after everybody gone, I gotta hitch my wagon to somebody.
Ja.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I've been as like a player guy. I'm a huge D Wade fan. I was a big Dirk Nowitzki fan for whatever reason. Like Reggie. I kind of, you know, I like Kevin Durant because I was at Kansas State when he was balling at Texas. I saw him play when he was in the one season with the Supersonics. I saw a game there, one of their last games in Seattle. Like,
wow.
So just some random stuff. And K-State's close to OKC. We went down to OKC and watched them play down there for my birthday when I was like 21. Like, so I've, you know, some random allegiances, but I think I, you know, and I've kind of hitched my, you know, to the Nuggets wagon lately. Like, the voice of the Nuggets, Jason Kosmiski, is like an old family friend from Western Nebraska. Lived out there for a few years. You know, so
you've been all over.
Kind of bounced, dude. Right, I bounced around a little bit, man. So
to wind up here in Columbus, Ohio, on That's Debatable.
On That's Debatable,
it's beautiful, right?
On the Score on Air Network from the Ohio Media School.
Shout out Adam.
All right, it's 9:20. We've been rolling for like 2.5 hours. So,
yeah.
Any last comments? Thank you all for tuning in and sticking with us, guys out there.
You've been on so long, my phone died.
Do right.
But I didn't get to charge it. Look at this.
So much appreciated for everybody tuning in, listening.
Jefferson, Randy Moss.
Byron, all-time favorite player, Agent Zero. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Before or after the guns.
Right.
What is that? I was going to say, is that where Burrow gets that from Gilbert?
Get the cat.
Yeah.
Hey, but
Anyway,
I have a
for
lot
you.
of questions about my sign. Make sure you hit up my guy Alex Smith with Smith Custom Design in Wood.
Cool.
He got these great little placards to get him whatever this team you want. I'm gonna drop it in the chat like literally right now if it's
Cool. I was just going to type. What is it? Smith?
Smith. You asked me too fast, man. Smith Customs. Smith Wood and Customs.
Cool.
Go back to it. Yeah, custom design and woodwork. It's Alex Smith on Facebook.
Not the former NFL quarterback, Alex Smith.
Nope, Smith Custom and Wood Design. And like I said, we got a lot coming up here on the Score on Air Network. Make sure you keep it locked in. This Friday, or Saturday, excuse me, we got the Battle in the Hawks Nest. Then next week on Tuesday, I'll be calling Central Crossing and Grove City boys basketball.
So I meant to ask you, how was the IMG Pickerington?
Dude.
Flame all the way fired.
It was awesome.
Of IMG. Like I said, I got new love for girls basketball from here on out just because of Miss Gilbert that was there.
She shot the lights out too, man.
Handling is just like,
dude, it was cool.
Watch the clips, man. I can only explain it. It won't even sound. You have to just see it.
Oh yeah.
Listen to the play-by-play.
Right. We have to call that one together. So.
Yep. Yeah, dude. Very high level high school girls basketball around here. It was cool. So. There'll be more of that
time before we go.
Yep.
Sorry, Ryan. I know we already on shore on time. Like I said, any parents of the class of 2026, if you have a child that has participated, if they're a student athlete, I'm looking for a kid for a sit-down 30 for 30 style. I have 2 kids already. I'm looking for more kids from the class of 2026. Moving forward, they're going to be a freshman going into high school, so I would like to sit down and highlight some of the kids to look forward to in their sporting, not only just sports, but their academics. So a student is first, the athlete comes second.
Dude,
So,
yeah, some extracurriculars, science labs,
anything
content.
that's going to help, hobbies, extracurricular. Make sure you DM me. I'm going to leave my stuff in the chat. Will Ward 288 on Instagram, but Facebook, but any parents from the class of 2026, if you have a child, 8th grade, going into high school next year.
I like it, man. And yeah, I'll keep my ears posted. Anybody your way that hits me up. And as always, yeah, I'm Ryan Dietrich. Thanks for tuning in. I'll let you two take us out. Paper toss, whatever you got.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, fam.
Like Joe B. Ooh, that was close enough.
Yeah, man. No, not for me today.
All right.
Gotta go.
Oh, this is fire. I'm going to
wait.
take you out with San Francisco coming out of their locker room, ready for the Dallas Cowboys, led by Deebo Samuel. They come out to Kodak Black in this big, dope boombox that says 49ers
Oh,
on it.
yeah, they was playing that.
It's sick.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Peace. Thanks, fam.
Like I said, when Debo come tuck that chain.
Try always to kill, snatch off on the dick. When I slide, make like on the blick. Bad man, I sit on the side. When I ran down, all the ran down, nigga, you shit. I know the girl's fake, but I still hate, cause I'm a real, yeah. I'm a business, that's the news. That's what I